Hello. Hi. Happy Monday. Hello. You can probably hear my voice is a little shot from the weekend, but I'm very happy to be here with all of you with my gremlins. Happy Monday. Happy time zone. Hello. 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 Hi. I'm going to be a little extra squeaky today. Um, but don't worry, I have water next to me. I I'm gonna get some coffee and tea and all that good stuff. But sorry, I'm feeling a little out of it. I'm very tired because the weekend was very busy, and I can't wait to talk and hang out with all of you. It's been a while since we've done a just chatting hang, and so I think we're a bit overdue, don't you? And so I look forward to talking about the weekend. The highs were really high, and the lows were really fucking low. So, but I am very happy to be hanging out with all of you and telling you all about it. TLDR, it was a great weekend with a really shitty ending. But anyway, we'll get into it in just a second. Get your emotes ready, everybody. Get ready to wiggle your hiney, and let's get this party started. Welcome on in. Happy Monday. I miss you all.
You never feel happy. Never feel happy. No, you won't until you try. You never feel happy. You never feel happy until you try. Never feel happy until you try. You know what? Never feel. You never feel happy until you try. Never feel happy until you try. You never feel happy. You never feel happy until you try. Never feel happy until you try. Be happy until you try. Never feel happy until you try.
Where did I go? What the hell? Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi. Oh, let me. Hello. Hi. Hello. Happy Monday. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. How is the volume? Is it okay? Does it sound balanced? The jukebox sound okay? Hi everybody. Hello. Hello. Hi. Oh boy, do we got a lot to talk about. I'm very excited to catch up actually. Yeah. Huh. Hello. Hi. Hi, Mr. Demo. Oh, hi, honey. Hello. Let me say hi to everybody. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm just catching up to some of these things that are happening. I was a little distracted before we started. Hi, JMV. Welcome on in. Hello. Hello. Happy Monday. Happy beginning of your week. Hi, Nobi One. Welcome on in. Hi, Major Galfard. Welcome on in. Samurai Biako. Hello. Hi, hello. My Drago Fold, Eric Chang. Peter, thank you so much for tier one. Mwah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, Anu. Hi, Anu. Hello. Uncle Gaspacho. Gaspacho. Welcome on in. Thank you for tier one and for 5 months. Mwah. Thank you so much. Jalen, welcome on in. Cartoon Vic. Ali, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Welcome on in. Mighty Ray, Amethyst Dragon, welcome on in. Captain Catch, Angel Sun, welcome on in. Theron, hello, 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 hello. We have Darth Ronnie, hello, Zia baby. CJ Proctor, welcome on in. Hello, Janik fan, hello. Mercenary Enzo, hi. Hi, Captain Cat, hello. Takagi Wolf, Ghost Graffiti, welcome on in. Chatty Classic, hello. Hi, hello, hello. Hi, Soundwave Cyber, welcome on in. Hi, hi, hello. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Glow Shrimp. Welcome on in. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Jelly. Stamina. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Hi, Mrs. Finn. It was so nice meeting you this weekend. I can't believe it. I can't. Literally, there was like two big highlights of the weekend, and I can't wait to get into it. Yuzubi, welcome on in. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Chrono Dragon. Hi, Tex. Hi, honey. Welcome on in. Hello, Gothic Scrattle. Welcome on in. Hi, hello. Thank you, Anonymous, for gifting a sub to Janet. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. See ya, baby. Thank you so much for the biddies, baby. Mwah. Thank you. Hi, Eskimo. Welcome on in. I hope your kids do great at their game today. Hello. Hi, hello. Hi, Undead Gunther. Welcome on in. Hi. Hi, hello. Hi, Zaza Rian. Welcome on in. Hi. Hello, hello. Hi, Z Tundra. Welcome on in. Hi, Blat. Hi, Emoji Girl, Puppy Thieves. Spider Mate, thank you so much for the sub with Prime. Thank you so much. Mwah. Hi, Landon. Welcome on in. It is not my birthday, even though it is another wonderful day here in the diner, but it's not my birthday. My birthday's in September, so thanks for that, Gia. Thanks for that, but it's not my birthday. But it's not my birthday. And thank you all for the stream streaks too. Thank you so much. Tex, thank you so much. Thank you, Angel Sean and Catch and Amethyst Dragon. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, where do I start? Do I work backwards or do I go? Do I share the bad news first or do I share all the good things first? Do we go? Do we get the bad news out of the way and then we do the good news? But I figure we haven't chatted in a while, so it might be good to just kind of hang out and chat. Um, and kind of catch up. Obviously, I just came back from MagicCon. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Hi Maxie, welcome on in. Also, may the fourth be with you. Thank you for the reminder for saying it, Darren. May the fourth be with you. Today, I gave my prayers to my patron saint, Carrie Fisher, who I have hanging in my living room. Hi Sakura, welcome on in. Hi Ultimate. Bad news first. Okay, bad news. So yes, this is Gamba the Incredible Super Pup. If you don't know who he is, he actually we just finished his pre-order for plushies. So thank you. If you pre-ordered, they will be making their way to you later this fall. Thank you so much for supporting that. It was so cool to work with you twos. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to working. I hope to work with them again in the future. And yeah, I look forward to having more plushies too. It was great. I loved working with them. Bad news first. Okay. May the sports be with you. Yes, happy May 4th from one Star Wars fan to all of the other fellow Star Wars fans in here in the diner. So good to have you all. Okay, so bad news. So, as you know, or maybe you didn't know, this past weekend was MagicCon Las Vegas in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it is a 3-day convention. It is the biggest of the MagicCons that happen throughout the year. There's MagicCon Amsterdam, MagicCon Atlanta, and MagicCon Las Vegas. I don't know if there's any other ones. Those are the main ones I am aware of. And I went to MagicCon Atlanta in the fall last year. Now, you could have fit like 4 MagicCon Atlantas in the MagicCon Las Vegas. Like, it was so big. And I'm not just talking about magic staffs, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like there was 25,000 people I think that attended this con. Huge. And just to give you a sense of scale, off Kai, I think last year was 6,000 people. So it's a lot bigger. So many people, so many people, so many people. Um Hi Lade, welcome on in. Hi. Um I was supposed to be there, but it fell on Free Comic Book Day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That there was like a conflict and you couldn't go, but no worries. It was definitely a lot bigger and a lot more overwhelming compared to MagicCon Atlanta. Like I think on Friday, Don and I were walking around and we were like so just like overstimulated. We were so overstimulated. There was so many things happening. Um, but before I get into I'll wait a little bit longer in terms of diving into what happened yesterday. But basically, I barely attended MagicCon yesterday. I only did my meet and greet at MagicCon. And then we were dealing with like a serious situation. So Donna and I didn't get home until well past midnight after I started my day at 6 a.m. And so we were so tired. So I slept in this morning. And my body is really tired. But we'll like get into it, I guess. Uh, but basically, we got robbed yesterday. We got robbed yesterday. Um, and I'm not like laughing. I'm just like like I'm tired. I'm really exhausted. This is the second time we've been robbed in the past 6 months, and it freaking sucks. And um it was like a really shitty way to start the day, and it like totally ruined our Sunday. And so yeah. So I want to like get into it, but also at the same time, uh I don't know. So okay. Okay. So are people in okay. Okay. That is a hi hi, hello. Oh, hello. Hi Dreamer Ways. Hi Ultimate Floof One. Hello, Ani Melly. Welcome on in. Hi, hello. Um, so so we're okay. We're okay, but it was a very stressful, frustrating situation for a lot of different reasons. And before I really get into it, I would like to actually so that's the bad news. And I'll go into the how about this? So we have ads that are going to start soon. So what I want to do is I want to run these ads. And I want to talk about I want to talk about the nice thing. Like so that's the bad news that happened this weekend. We got robbed. And I'll talk about the details. But I want these ads to run so that we can hang out. So let me run these ads and then we can, you know, I can we can talk about general MagicCon things and then I can go into details. How does that sound? Sound good? Okay, because I want it to be like fair. Um, so it was so yes, so Donna and I, as you know, on Thursday we did a morning stream here in the diner, and then we headed on over to MagicCon, and it was I don't know. I feel like there must have been we just had a lot of bad luck this weekend, I feel. And it started on Thursday. There was like a hiccup with like our dog babysitter for Gambit. There was just like one thing after another. So on Thursday, we were trying to head to the con and I left my wallet at home. So I had no identification, and we were 2 hours right outside of Vegas and well far away from home when I realized. So I had no identification, no money, no nothing. And obviously needed my ID this weekend, and so I had a friend, we had to call a friend, and a friend went into our apartment, found my wallet, and then they had to overnight ship the wallet to our hotel so that I had my wallet, which is, by the way, the wallet that you all lovingly gifted me from Throne. It's a cute little cherry wallet. And so they overnighted it. Then we hit traffic. It was just like nonstop. Like I don't know who I hurt in this universe that put like a bad cloud over me this weekend, I guess. So that was Thursday. It was very stressful heading to Las Vegas, but we made it. We made it and we were in bed and we unpacked and we went to bed and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then we woke up the next day and got ready for the con. And you know, MagicCon Vegas is very different from MagicCon Atlanta because it's so big. And so, hi, Crazy Fingies, welcome on in. So, uh, like it says, your base is thanks. Yeah, it's crazy. So, but MagicCon Atlanta, because it's a smaller con, like I got to see a lot of friends. I got to meet a lot of new friends. I got to play a lot of Magic, which was really fun, and still be able to see things at the convention, right? Go to the artist alley, go to all these different things. MagicCon Las Vegas was so different in that it's so big that I didn't get to see everything that I wanted to do. Granted, I didn't have Sunday because I lost the day of the con because of what had happened, which really, really bummed me out. Um, which, I'll get into a little bit. Uh uh sorry. It sucks because not only when you get robbed, it's not only like, oh, they took your credit cards or whatever, right? It's like they took time away from the convention. I'm like more upset that they stole my purse, which has more sentimental value because it had like fan made, like my first fan made merch from the Carrier Con Artist Alley, had like handmade tokens and keychains from like friends that had given me like to me and like artists. Like I was more upset about those things than like having my driver's license and my credit card stolen. Like it was more the sentimental stuff that I can't get back. um, and I was frustrated because, I was so distracted, like, I did the meet and greet, and that was, like, the only thing I could muster. Because then I was at the con by myself, and I was overstimulated, I was really distraught because of what had happened, and so I didn't even get to enjoy the convention on Sunday at all. So I lost a day, which was like, we traveled for this con, I wanted to walk around, I wanted to see friends, there was some experiences I still wanted to see, and I didn't get to do that, which was really frustrating. So anyway, we uh so what I will say is that MagicCon Vegas is like we brought decks like magic decks with us and I play them out every single day to the convention. And we didn't get to play Magic once the entire convention. It was so sad. I didn't get to play Magic once. And we were playing Magic all weekend at MagicCon Atlanta. So I was very sad about that. Hi Beholden, welcome on in. Thanks, Anonymous, for gifting a sub to Undead Gunther. Thank you very much. Hi. Hi, Blue Velvet. Hi. Hi, Creely. Hi, honey. Welcome on in. So, but they did have some really cool things. So, for instance, the Strixhaven setup that they had for MagicCon was a lot of fun. It was like really cool set design and stuff. The energy of Strixhaven was really fun to be around. They had Magic the Gathering themed putt putt, which we did get to do. They had a cat cafe, so you got to pet and hang out with little adorable kittens and cats. It was so cute. So we managed to do that. I'm that I think that was probably my favorite thing at the convention besides obviously like my meet and greet. That was definitely my favorite thing was the cat cafe. That was so healing. It was like there's nothing better than having, like, some time with your adorable kids, you know? It was really sweet. Um, I went to a couple of panels, so I watched Game Nights live, which was so much fun. That was so much fun to watch live. I love their YouTube content, so it was really cool to see it in person because it's very theatrical, the Commander game. Then we watched, the cosplay competition, and I haven't watched a cosplay competition since I judged one in 2018, I think. So that was a long time. And so that was really cool to watch a cosplay competition. Everyone's costumes were so cool, especially since what's really cool about MagicCon versus like anime cons when it comes to their cosplay competition is that there's so much interpretation that they're open to looking at. So, like, sometimes you'll have a card that is, like a magic spell, right? And how do you interpret that into a costume? So, it was so cool to see how people did that, and they did a really, really good job of that. So that was really, really amazing, and they had a little exhibit in the artist alley of, like, past cosplayers' work, which were phenomenal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pieces. They had the artist alley. There's the artist whose name is Elena. She did all the raining cats and dogs, dog and cat land art for that secret lair drop who I met at MagicCon Atlanta. And her husband remembered me and they said hello and they were really, really sweet. And I was really excited that she remembered me because she's definitely one of my favorite magic artists. So that was really nice. Hi, Bailey. Hi, Nova. Welcome on in. Hi, Graham. Welcome on in. Thanks for the bit, honey. Thank you. Mwah. Thanks for the tip. So, there was that. Also, hold on. I think I'm going to change the record on the jukebox because I think I want something nice and I'm interested in maybe something chill. Okay. Hi. Hello, Bailey. Um, did I get the spicy beseech the mirror? I actually didn't get to do too much shopping. So it was just like so busy between all the different things we wanted to see. I saw, because I did see some friends, some magic friends. I met some new people, which was really cool. Um, what else? I don't know. There's a lot of different things to do at MagicCon, and obviously, it being in Las Vegas adds another element because there's people who are wanting to go do Vegas things and things like that. So, I feel like we didn't get to. We did a lot of socialization, but I feel like we did even more in Atlanta. I don't know. It was kind of different. Um, and then obviously we missed a whole day of the convention because of what had happened on Sunday. I will say the magic staff that I interacted with throughout the weekend were really, really nice. They were really, really sweet. On Sunday, they were so helpful and so kind. But even like throughout the weekend, they were just really nice. And in general, I will say the magic community has some of the nicest people, like from creators to vendors to fans. Like everyone is just so, so nice and open. Like the game nights game we watched had what's his name? Leonard. I think he plays defense on the Seattle Seahawks. Where are my football fans? And they won the Super Bowl. And he was in the game nights game. And this guy is like a Super Bowl winning football player. And he's on stage and he is just like having the time of his life, being a little nerd. It's like when Post Malone plays on game nights and stuff. It's like um they are so so, so cute. Um, And I think that's it. At the end of the day, the con, like the big thing that makes everyone really happy and excited is this like game of cardboard. You know what I mean? And so it's really, really cool to just talk to people about their favorite, their favorite plays, their commanders, their decks, why something resonates with them in terms of the game, the artwork. And it was cool to find all kinds of different magic players, from people who are competitive CDH players to casual fans, to people who are like, I got into the game because I love the artwork, which is why I got into the game. And to find, it was just really cool. Like that was probably my favorite part, was talking to people and getting to know their stories. There were some really cool interactive setups, like Red Bull partnered up with MagicCon and they did this like immersive tavern where they had free cocktails, and they had like free Red Bull throughout the weekend. There was what else? There's just so many different things going on that weekend. It was really cool. But on the flip side, because there were so many things, I think it was hard to meet up with friends. So I did get to spend some time with friends though, which was good. So but yeah, it was like it was a mix of uh good and bad. Like the good and bad that comes with a larger convention versus a smaller convention. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like going to an anime expo versus like your local anime con, there's a bit of a difference in terms of the people who are there and like the activities, like it's harder. So, yeah. Hi Mira, welcome on in. Hi. The lines were very long. That was the other thing that was kind of a bummer, that the lines were long for a lot of different things. We woke up really early to sign up for the cat cafe that Secret Lair was had put on, because they did a poll of dogs versus cats, and the magic community voted for cats. You know me, I voted for dogs. And so they did this cat cafe where you got to spend like 15 minutes with kittens and cats. And it was paired up with like a local rescue, which was really, really sweet. And so you got to donate to them because they do really important work. And you had to sign up at the beginning of the day, like when the con opened. And I was there like 10, I was in line to get into the con like before 10 o'clock, which is when the con opens. And I didn't get to get in line until like 10:15 because of just how many people, like they corralled you in this like waiting pen, and then they like rope drop like you're at Disneyland. And so by the time I got in line, they cut off the line 10 people in front of me for the whole day on Saturday. So then they're like, well, you can try standby. So that at the very end of Saturday, Don and I tried to get in. And we were the last group to go in. And we only even got to get 5 minutes. And that was because they were like, they felt really bad that we had been waiting 40 minutes in standby to go pet these cats. I was like, I've had a really overstimulated day. I would just love to have like 5 minutes with a kitty. And they're like, we can we can arrange this. And I got it. And it was so sweet because they were so cute. This little baby kitten was like fell asleep. Its name was Fettuccine. And it fell asleep on my chest, and I started to cry because it was so cute. And it's like little kittens and puppies. They're so defenseless. They're just tiny little things. I love animals so much. They're so sweet. And so I got, and then so that was I was so happy that I got to do that. But it was like it was so it was so that was a big highlight. But yeah, I had to wait a long time in standby, and it was highly unlikely we were going to get in, and it was only because once again this one MagicCon staff member felt like really bad, or these two staff felt really bad for us, and they're like, you've been waiting so long, we know you came at the beginning of the day, like we want to get you in. And they were really sweet, and they managed to do that for us. And so I managed to record some footage. So I managed to do a vlog somewhat. It's gonna be like cut short because the battery for my camera was in my purse, which was stolen. So I have to order like a new Osmo camera battery. I don't even know, so it like stopped abruptly, and I didn't get to really properly finish my vlog. So I'm gonna try and do something today after stream. But hi Quinn, welcome on in. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi, Matthew. Hello. Hi, Jolly Pop. Hi. Hello. Hi, Adania. Hi, Stormin. Hi. Oh, I'm doing okay today. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I do need it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ugh, very thirsty. um, it's like I need another coffee and I need a sparkling water. I'm so tired, but I'm also just like I'm physically tired, but I'm also like hold on, let me yeah, I'm physically tired, but I'm almost more like emotionally exhausted because yesterday was so emotionally draining. So hi Rizu, welcome on in. Hi Twimby, hi. So what does hydrate do? It reminds me to drink water. That's what it does. So okay, so let me talk about this. So basically, uh so overall the con was really great. I'll make sure to publish this vlog soon. Trying to get my life together. But yesterday so as you know, I like to gussy myself up if I'm attending a convention in person because it's a special thing, and especially if I'm doing a meet and greet. I I take the fact that you are taking time out of your day to say hello to me. And so I like to show up for all of you. So I always make sure I'm looking my very best for my meet and greet days if I'm there in person. And I had my hairdresser who I've worked with before. Her name is Maggie. She did my hair for TwitchCon. I love Maggie. And she did my hair in my hotel room. And I was getting up at 6 o'clock. I got up on Saturday at 6 o'clock, Sunday at 6 o'clock. She starts my hair at 7, and it took her 3 hours to do my hair, which is pretty normal for like vintage hair for down for hair down styles. And I have a lot of hair, so that's pretty average. So, however, so I was all gussied up and I was getting my things ready to leave. And she left, right? She was like, okay, I'll see you later. I was like, yes, yes, thank you for everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Maggie left the room. And like 5 minutes later, I'm like getting my things together, leave for the con. And I noticed she left her sweater on my chair that I was using. And I was like, oh, and I called her. I was like, oh, Maggie, you left your sweater here. And she goes, oh, great. I grabbed a drink, but I'll be at the elevators, which were, I don't know, 5 rooms away from my room. Like, we were pretty close to the elevators, and it is not like you then have to walk all the way this other like, we were super close. So I was like, "Sure," and she's like, I'll meet you at the bottom of the elevators because you usually need a key card to, like, access the floors, the guest floors, right?" And I, uh so I was like, "Okay," and Don Don was in the room, and I was like, "Honey, I'm just gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna go give, Maggie her sweater back," and he's like, "No problem, no problem," and so he went to the bathroom to use the bathroom to be, like, getting ready for the day and stuff, and, um, what I did because okay, I feel like I'm not crazy for doing what I did because my husband was in the room. I was just quickly taking the sweater to the elevator, taking the elevator down a couple of floors, handing it off, then getting into the elevator and coming back to my room, right? A maybe 5 to 10 minute trip, maybe. Okay. So, what I did, which I feel like is not crazy, I flipped the latch. You know how in hotel rooms you get the latch and you put the latch to keep the door open just like a sliver, right? Because He was in the room. Let me remind you, my husband was in my hotel room. If I was leaving the room and my room was going to be unattended, I would never do this. But my husband was in the hotel room. So I felt very safe doing what I did. And also, I'm like, well, nobody can get on these floors, right? Because you need a key card to get on these floors, right? So anyway, I take her sweater, I do this. And then I go all the way down to I take the elevators, go to the floor, and I literally hand off the sweater to Maggie. I give her a hug and I was like, Thank you so much again." And she's like, I had changed and she's like, "Wow, you look so cute," all this stuff. And then I get a phone call from Don Don. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, "Did you just slam the door?" I was like, No. You know that I was leaving to give the sweater." He's like, "Hold on." And I'm like hearing him rustling and he's looking. He's like, "Did you take your purse?" I was like, No, I only have my phone." "Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get back up because I didn't bring my key card with me." And he goes, "You didn't take your purse? You're certain?" I was like, "No." And he goes, "I think we just got robbed." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "My iPad and keyboard are missing, and your purse isn't here." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I think you're just not looking." And he goes, um, he's like, I was like, "I literally just left the room, like, not even 5 minutes ago. Like, there's no way we just got robbed. There's no way. Like, there's no way. And also, you were in the room. There's no way we got robbed. There's no way." And he's like, "I think you need to come up here." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, I was on my way up anyway. And so then, uh, I'm like trying to figure it out, and I was like, "Oh, let me take the elevator back up." And and I was like, "Fuck, I don't have my key card." And I was like, "Well, fuck it, I'll try it anyway. Probably it won't work." But and I click my floor and it worked, meaning the key card scanner was broken, meaning that anybody off the street can access any of the guest floors, right? Which is a huge security problem, right? But we ended up finding out that it wasn't only one elevator, it was two elevators that were broken in this way. So anyway, go to my room, and in fact, my purse was stolen. They only stole my purse and they stole Don Don's iPad keyboard. So not the iPad, they stole the keyboard because, it's one of those that look like it was like flipped upside down. So like, and it was on the bed. And my purse, it's a bright red Molkina purse. I had gotten it at Off Kai last year. And it looks like this. Hold on. Let me pull up a picture. I'll show you. I love this purse. I made it my convention purse. And it had sentimental value because it's also the purse that, if a community member made me a lovely, if they made me a cute little keychain or something, or a friend did, I would keep it on this. You know what I mean? Oh, let me. So this is the purse. I had it, of course. I had it in red, right? This is the color I had. So this was sitting on the table. And of course, in a hotel room, right, that's like cream colored and has, clothes and stuff, a bright red purse on a table is just like, "Steal me." You know what I mean? It's just like a neon light pointing to it like a cartoon, being like, "Steal me, please. I'm bright red and easy to identify." And so, this purse, and uh they took it, and uh So thank goodness they didn't. So the iPad keyboard is like $300. My purse, I had, thank God, so that morning I had repacked it. So I had, and I'm so fucking glad I did this. So I noticed that nobody was playing Magic at MagicCon. So I had repacked my purse. I was carrying my Rin and Sari deck. Just to give you an idea, my Rin and Sari deck is my art collection deck. So that deck is what, $1,500? Collectively is the value of that deck. It is a $1,500 Magic the Gathering deck. And that that morning, I was like, "You know what? People aren't really playing." And it's also a very like it's a very sentimental deck, right? Like it has artists signed cards in it and all this stuff. And so I took that deck out of that purse that morning and I put it in my like con backpack, that creator bag that Magic Con had given us creators. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's like it's gonna be with my mat, it's gonna be with my other decks, so I just keep that stuff together. And then I repacked it with like makeup. I'd put my Osmo battery in there. I put my battery charger. Um, but I did I think it probably had like my makeup that I had put in there, like collectively the value was $200. And so I think and then it had like the camera battery, it had my like Mophie phone battery. Um the purse itself is like 90 bucks. Um my wallet, my driver's ID, my credit cards. So, uh, you know, probably like 7 to $800 worth of stuff in that purse, including the purse itself. And then honestly, they could take any of that shit. I just really wanted the actual purse and like the keychains and stuff that were on it. Cause on it was like my very first fan made keychain I had received as a gift at Carrier Con. It had a beaded keychain that someone had given me at the Fallout Season 2 premiere that they had handmade for me. It had a keychain that an artist friend had made me. Um, and so I was hi, Captain Odie. Thank you so much for the tier one, honey. Mwah. Thank you so. Hi, Pancake. Oh, hi, Nep. I'm so sorry. I'm catching up now. Hi, hi, Ace of Spades. Welcome on in. Hi, Scarf. Hi, Erna. Hello, hello. Hi. I'm so sorry that. Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Kai. It's so nice to see you, honey. I'm so sorry. Uh. That you're coming in and chatting when it's not we're recapping something that's not the best of news. Um so I was pretty distraught because I was like, I don't even know if I want to go to the con. This is so violating. Like I'm like freaking out. They took my so they also took my purse. I like made sure my purse was good for the day. So I didn't have my badge for the con because it was attached to my purse. I obviously lost my wallet, so I have no identification. Thank goodness we drove in and didn't fly in because then I wouldn't have been able to get home. Um And I felt like a duck out of water. I was kicking myself. I was like, I shouldn't have done that. I was like beating myself. I was like so mad at myself for like doing that. And then Don just like, please, like, it's not your fault. Like so uh it's just crazy because I was just like kicking myself and I just like felt like if I wasn't naive and I'd like done that, then I would have prevented this. It is also feels very violating, like I said, when we had visited Don Don's family in November in Europe, his aunt's house where we were staying in was also, um, was broken into, and then I had a bunch of, things stolen from me, jewelry, accessories, money, things like that. So it's just really sucks that within the past 6 months, getting robbed twice is just, like, not a good feeling. Um so I was really distraught. I didn't know if I wanted to go to the con. And Don Don's like, no, I'm gonna stay here. I'll deal with the hotel security, you know, um, and things like that. And I was like, okay. So he called security and and we told the housekeeping staff because there was housekeeping on the floor. So we were like, "Did you see anybody? Is there anything?" This had to have happened just in the last 10 minutes. Like it happened so fast, so quickly. And they were like, "No, we didn't see anybody." I was like, "Okay." I was like, they're like, "But you got robbed?" And we're like, "Yes, we got robbed." And they're like, "They'll be able to find it because there's cameras everywhere." I will say that that is the plus of being at Las Vegas because it's like casinos. There's cameras everywhere. So there was like a bunch of cameras on our floor. And so they went to go get their supervisor to let them know. Don's calling the front desk. They said that they're gonna send somebody up, and like call the police. And we're like, okay. So he's like, look, there's nothing you can do in this moment. He's like, I will handle this. You go to the con and go to the meet and greet. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I can't drive because I don't have my driver's license. And he goes, take an Uber. I still have my cards. I need to call I'm going to call the credit card companies right now, start canceling cards. You head to the con, do your meet and greet. You should try to enjoy the con as much as possible. And so, uh, I went to the con and, I'm like so distracted. I was just like, I don't even know I'm going to be doing this. And so, cause he had his badge still. And so he lent me his badge. I went to the con. I didn't know if he was going to be able to, um if he was able to get back to me. He was able to get back to me in the sense like get back to me at the convention. So I went to like the guest services of the con or whatever, and I was like, hey, is it possible to get a new badge? I'm a creator. I'm actually about to do my meet and greet, and I would like to have a replacement creator badge. And they're like, well, we normally charge, for a new badge. And I was like, I promise I didn't lose it. Our hotel room was robbed this morning and they robbed my purse. Like, they took my purse. I have like no identification on me. Like, I only, I have my husband's badge, but I was hoping that, if he's able to come later, like that he is able to maybe have a badge. Like, we don't know if this will be able to be rectified soon. And they're like, "Oh my god, that's horrible. Oh my god, of course. Let me get like like my supervisor." It's like, "Okay." And then I, told them what happened and they're like, "Oh my god, that's so horrible. Of course we can give you a badge. Like not a problem." So they're really really nice. And they helped me and uh I went to my meet and greet area and oh boy, I'm using the voice. Hi, Papa Mutt. Hi. 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 Welcome on in. Hi, Raiders. Welcome on in. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950 dino waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. Happy May the 4th. May the force be with you. And we've just been yapping, recapping MagicCon, which I just came from last night. MagicCon Las Vegas. Actually, this is perfect timing because somebody came to my meet and greet Papa Mutt and said, damn, Papa Mutt would feel so jealous because Papa Mutt didn't come to MagicCon and Papa Meat was here and they said that you're a fan of Papa Meat. I don't know who this is. It was a message I was to pass on to you that I was going to do later. So I am passing it on. I was like, I don't know the context of this. Okay, hi. Hi everybody. If this is the first time here, I'll play a trailer and then I will catch you up to speed with what we were talking about and all that good stuff. But thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks, Papa Ma. Always a pleasure to see you. Mwah. We got to play Commander again soon. I have the itch again, especially considering I didn't play one fucking game this weekend. It was like a crime. I can't believe I expected to play Magic at Magic fucking Con. I can't believe it. Anyway, here you go. Oh my god, this cover's so heavy. Open it. Oh my goodness. goodness, can a gal get some air in here? My God. Oh, hi. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s diner waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. Welcome to my diner. I like to think of this joint as a sanctuary for fun, chaos, and good times. At least that's what my community, the Grease for Gremlins, like to think. No, no. Hey! Anyway, I'm a born and raised Puerto Rican New Yorker. Experimenting and using creativity in different ways has always been exciting to me, which is how I got started VTubing. Wait a minute. Whoa! Now, the menu here is always packed with flavor, from variety gaming to gabbing it up with my gremlins, and even highlighting my passion for fashion. There's a little something for everyone that's sure to hit the spot. Around here, we're always cooking something up fun and fabulous. Trust me, coffee ain't the only thing that I'm serving. And don't be fooled by the aesthetics. This diner is all about vintage style, not vintage values. The diner is a home for everyone, and there will always be a stool at the counter waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? So thanks for giving this diner darling a chance. I hope you'll find my company like a fresh baked pie. Warm, sweet, and perfectly messy. What was that? Wait a minute, stop using the soda gun as a bidet. Hello. Hi everybody. Welcome on in. So I was talking about the not so great thing so overall I had a great time at MagicCon, but I was recapping the very unfortunate circumstance that happened yesterday, which is that unfortunately I was robbed during MagicCon. My hotel room was robbed. They didn't take much, but they did manage to take my purse. It had a lot of stuff in it. So I was just talking about kind of how that kind of went down. So basically, to sum up what we've covered so far, basically, it happened in a span of like not even 5 minutes. I had left my hotel room a little open. My husband was in the hotel room, mind you. My husband was in the room. It's not like I left my room door open. Uh, and there was anybody to go inside for a free for all. I felt very comfortable doing it because my husband was there. And I only left it open because I was going to the elevators to give a sweater back to my hairstylist who had done my hair that morning. Okay. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Allie. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Um, and anyway, so um so they uh I'm gonna get into how this happened because they caught it on they kind of caught what happened on camera, which is crazy. So anyway, I went to the con because I didn't have my badge or anything. Magic Con staff was really sweet, gave me a new badge. Um, I was about I want to say like 20 minutes early to my meet and greet time. And the MagicCon staff was like, well, there's nobody here. Pick a table. You can get started. I was like, sure. So I started like maybe 15 to 20 minutes earlier than my planned time. In terms of like, I was setting up my little area, whatever it is, and then people were there. And then I finished like 30 to 45 minutes after my finish time. So I had a solid 3 hour block meet and greet, even though I was scheduled for two. It was the longest meet and greet I've ever done, and it was incredible. It was so healing. I had no idea how badly I needed that because I was so distraught. So I needed a big old distraction. I got so many hugs. I really, really needed it. And it was so cool because I really had low expectations for my MagicCon meet and greet, only because, Magic is a niche. It's gotten more popular, obviously, but I didn't, it's not like a lot of Magic fans know about VTubing, right? Like there aren't too many VTubers that are within the Magic the Gathering community. And so I didn't know what to expect. and I was very surprised by how many people came. I'm so thankful. I got so excited when my gremlins, my greaser gremlins, my chatters came. There's a few of you, and I got so fucking excited. I saw a few friends. There are some people who just liked to go to the content creator meet and greets and kind of hop around. So it was really cool to meet some people who didn't know about VTubing and kind of tell them all about it. And they were very curious. I met like 11-year-old kid. He was so sweet with his dad. There was like adults I met. It was so cool. It was so nice meeting so many different people. It was really nice. So many people brought me like little tokens of affection, from like beaded bracelets to um uh somebody gave me a pack to rip, somebody gave me a secret layer commander, like a Miku secret layer card in Japanese. It was so sweet how wonderful people were, and I was just so moved. I really really needed it. I'll be sharing pictures and all that stuff soon. Oh, hubby took a video. I would love to see it. Thank you. Thank you. I loved it so much. Yeah. Any fan who meets you would be so, oh, I loved it so much. It was so nice. I really needed it. Like, and that's why I tell people, like, really, if you're a fan of someone, don't be afraid to tell them that you're a fan. And if they are assholes to you because you're telling them how much you appreciate them, fuck them. That's so rude. Like, I am so moved. I could only have a meet and greet because there were people who even like and watch my shit in the first place. You know what I mean? I'm so moved. I'm so, like, I will wake up at 6 o'clock and make sure I look my fucking best for all of you because you're so worth it. I will stay as long as I can to talk to every single person. I will sign all the things you want me to sign. It is such a pleasure to spend time with all of you. And you are the reason I am able to do what I do. And I will never, ever get over that. And that's why I tell people, please never feel like intimidated by me. If you are nervous, if you don't want to bother me, you are never bothering me if you say hello. I happily talk to you, not a problem. It really is such an honor. So that was really, really great. And but afterwards, I saw some friends. They had invited me to play some games, and I was trying to reach Don, and Don's like, you should stay at the con. You should go do some activities. You should see some friends. And I was like, I don't know. I'm here by myself, and it's very overstimulating. I feel really bad that Don is just like handling the situation himself. I feel still really like weird about this whole situation. I wanted to have updates. So I went and excused myself. There's like a private area you can go to. There's like the creator lounge. So I went there to like kind of talk to him. Um, and it kinda, like, hit me like a truck, and I just started crying and just kind of feeling really distraught again about it, and I was just like, I'm so upset, I'm so frustrated because this person not only, like, I don't care that they took my fucking credit cards, like, that shit's replaceable, and, like, I could work that out with, like, my bank and stuff. It's just the fact of feeling violated, it's just the fact of, like, taking more sentimental things, and it's the fact that, like, they took this day of vacation from us, like, that was just so frustrating, and even though I wanted to, like, try and refocus my energy, it was just really, really hard to, and the creator lounge didn't have snacks, it was just basically, like, a little quiet area, and I was there and I was just kinda like like crying to myself and like, "Fuck, I didn't even wear waterproof makeup, so all my makeup is fucked up." And then it reminded me that they stole all my fucking makeup, and I was like, "You fucking assholes." I was like, "That shit's fucking expensive." Like, I was just like going through it. I was just like, "Oh." And so then I had met this staff member on Friday night. I call it like the nerd Monte Carlo, right? Like after the con's over, people go to like hotel lobbies and they continue playing Magic, and they were, like, in the ballroom of, like, the Renaissance Hotel playing Magic. I was like, "This is some nerdy ass Monte Carlo shit." I love it. I was like, "All you gotta do is, like, we gotta be wearing, like, tuxedos and, like, gowns and, like, have martinis, shaken, not stirred." You know what I mean? And so, then, but her name was Sam, and she's a Wizard staff member, and, she goes, "Oh my god, like, what's going on?" And I kind of explained the situation to her, and she's like, "Well, first of all, I have a fidget toy. Maybe hold this. It'll help maybe exercise some of your feelings." And I was like, Okay." And I'm like crying. And then she was like, and she's like, "Also, maybe some crack will help you." And she gave me like a Final Fantasy play booster. She's like, "Maybe this can like," she's like, "I don't know what to do except to give you drugs," which is like Final Fantasy facts, uh, which I just find so funny. She's like, "I don't know what to do except to help you," but she was so sweet, and I was like, "I'm just feeling really overwhelmed," and she's like, "Let me help you get a cab," and so she escorted me out of the convention and like took me like in this back way and like kept me company and like got me a cab and like I took a cab back to the hotel. We were staying at the Virgin Hotel, and, so I took a cab back to the hotel and, came back to our room and, connected with Don Don, and, um, he, uh he was like, "Oh, the police are actually gonna be up here in just, like, a couple of minutes." He's like, I think they're taking the elevator up now." And I was like, "Yeah." So I took a different elevator this time. And this is when I found out there's two elevators where the key cards systems are not working. So that's a failure on the hotel's part in terms of securing our safety. So I also have some other things that were very upsetting. So I get the download from Don Don. He's saying, uh, so he was, so he spoke to the front desk who like put them in touch with security. Security said, "We are conducting our internal investigation and we will reach out to police." Right? That happened. And while they're doing their investigation, Don Don's on the phone calling all the credit card and like our bank and stuff like that to cancel all the cards that I had. I had four different cards, so it takes a while, right? So I had 2 different business credit cards, and then I had, 2 debit cards. Oh, D-Birch, thank you so much for the raid, honey. Welcome on in. Hi, King. Thank you. If you're the person I'm thinking of, were you the person with the binder who collects, like, the dog and cat cards? Were you the person who I was talking to? Because you totally inspired me. You created a problem now. If you're the same person I'm thinking of. Uh because now I'm going to I'm gonna be collecting dog and cat cards now. You totally inspire me. I'm gonna do that both for Pokemon and for Magic. Yes, yes. Oh, okay. Yep, yep. Oh, okay, yep. I'm gonna I'm it was very nice meeting you. Thank you. Yes, so it's crazy that this happened. But we get back and he said he in that 40 minutes he's calling and dealing with all the different cards because the people immediately they took my cards and started spending money. Started getting they went to O'Reilly, they went to Ross, they went to all these different places. Like within like they moved so fast. Like, they like robbed my purse, they took all this stuff and immediately started spending. All within like the robbery happened in, like 10 minutes and then like 30 minutes, like, they was trying to spend all this money, it was crazy. So, anyway, uh, so then after Don Don's dealing with all the cards, he realized he hasn't heard anything. So then he calls back, like, the security people, and they're like when he calls the security office, they pick up the phone, and they're just kinda, like, fucking around and joking around and, like, laughing, and they're like, "Haha, yeah, anyway, yeah, security," and Don Don was like, "Hey, what's the movement on our situation? Hello? It happened so fast, you could have already, like, moved on this. Can we, like, find out? Like, can we, like, see the footage? Can we figure out what happened? Because 'Cause we're going a little crazy." And they're like, "No, we can't release the footage." Um, we can't release the footage and we are conducting our personal investigation. And he Don's like, my husband is like, fuck that. I'm going to the front desk. And so this is happening while I'm doing the meet and greet, by the way. So I'm at the con, right? So this is what I'm finding out afterwards when I'm reconnecting with him. So he went downstairs to the front desk and he speaks to the security manager again and was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "We're conducting, like the same kind of like bureaucratic bullshit like statement, like we're conducting our investigation or whatever." Um, uh, so, uh, so they, so then they, what is it? Uh, oh, the hydrate. That was what I was looking at. I actually ran out of water because I took. Oh no, no, I have some here. Okay. So sorry. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna need lots of water today. I also need to do like my extra bubbles and tea and stuff. I'm gonna need to do that all today. I've done some, but I need to do more. Um. Anyway, so then once again, security manager person is kind of like blowing my husband off, and he happens to bump into this other couple, and then the wife in this couple says, "Hey, did you get robbed in this hotel?" And my husband Don's like, "Yeah, yeah, we got robbed. We got robbed." And she goes, "Yeah, we had a $1,500 e-bike that was like right in front of the entrance, got stolen, and they told us they are going to quote unquote conduct their internal investigation and get back to us with developments." And that was yesterday. It's been 24 hours and they never contacted the police or this and that. Because then they did eventually send somebody up, but it was just like the personnel of the security team. They never called the police. So they're wasting precious investigation time because they're just like because basically the security is trying to figure out how not to be liable for what had happened, right? And so it was super frustrating. So Don was like, "Well, screw this." And so he called the police. And then that's when like there was actual movement. And so that's when he caught me up to speed. So I arrived and then literally like a minute later, the police arrived to our room and they like were taking our statements and they were like, "Hey, so because they first went to security and then they came up to us to talk to us. So they first, they were like, "Hey, so we actually watched the footage. You were definitely robbed. It's not like it was a housekeeper or something." So they caught everything on camera. So let me tell you what happened. So this person gained access to our floor because once again, elevator like key card scanners were not working in two different elevators. So they obviously scoped that out and knew that. And also the cops were saying, so this is very popular in hotels in Vegas, especially if they're near the strip or something like that. And secondly, they are also they will be mindful of when there's big events in town. Cause then they will take advantage of the fact that people may be too busy and may slip up. So this guy, what he was doing, you can see on the video footage that he was pushing the doors in the hallway and kind of casing the hallway because some people may not completely close the door and they take advantage of that to go into the room and like rob people and leave, right? So he was looking at the room and he scoped out our room specifically 3 times. He like tried ringing our doorbell, but we put do not disturb because the doorbell is just for housekeeping, right? It's just to like be like, "Hey, we're here. Can we like housekeep your room, whatever?" And he he pressed it and like didn't hear anybody. He like kind of looked in like the little opening that was there, and then he went inside the room. Mind you, he came inside our hotel room while my husband was in the bathroom of our hotel room. So this person came in while my husband was in the room. Okay. Um, and so, um, but then on the camera, it shows that he had my purse and had Don Don's like iPad keyboard and like and like ran out, quickly left all this stuff. Um, and he didn't wear a face mask, nothing, like whatever, and ran out the front door where there was a car that was waiting for him, and there was a female driver in the car. So they got the license plate of the car, and they got like, so they have his face, they have the other person who is his accomplice, they have the license plate, and uh so they have all that stuff. And so they were asking, so the police were asking, did you have any like air tags or anything or whatever? I was like, no. And I was like, now I definitely am gonna get air tags and put them in fucking everything. Um, no, I'll put them in all my fucking panties. I don't trust nobody. And so um he was so they kind of explained the situation, and I was like, So they're like, is there any way to kind of track how these purchases were made? Maybe we can track so we can know the area." And I was like, well, they did make charges on my cards, and we like froze the cards, canceled the cards, whatever it is. And they and in my line, so outside of designer, I work in costume design, but I also spent time being a costume production assistant. So my job was to do reconciliation. So I learned how to read like receipts to find out store location numbers, because sometimes like we'd misplace receipts and we need to submit them to accounting and all this stuff. So it's like, wait, I can find out the locations, because you can look up, they'll say like, what's the address of this store? And usually they'll just give you the corporate address, right? They won't give you the actual like location of that particular thing, of like a gas station or of a raw store or something. But they'll usually say like raw stores number 1542 or something, right? They'll say a store location. And so it's like, okay, like that gives us a place to lead. So I was like, these are the locations. And so we were able to figure out like the area that they were in, which was like only a mile away. And so the cops are like, great, we have that information. That's good. And they felt really confident. They're like, people like this, like, they do this several times. They were probably connected to the robbery that happened to the other couple here at the building. They were probably already scoping it out. Like, they already figured out that there was some issues, like with security. Like, they verbalized this, like, about the place we were staying in. And so we're like, okay. Um, and did I work for NBC? No. No, no, I didn't work for NBC. And so we like figured it out. I did feel like it's so funny you saying that, close. Like Detective Lala is on the case. Because wait, we did something a little stupid afterwards, which I'll get into. But so I was like, okay, we figured out the location. They're like, great, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's like that is an area where like, there's a lot of crime, whatever. And I was like, okay. And you know, as my husband is like, as Don is like filling out like the report, and he was just kind of copying what he had already submitted to the hotel. So he was just like spending time writing that down. Um, one of the cops looks at me, because there's like three cops. There's two cops and a trainee, and then like staff from the hotel. And one of the cops looks at me and he's like, "Is there like a 1950s convention in town?" And I was like, "No, this is not a 1950s convention in town." I was like, "No, there's a there's like there's this like fantasy card game convention in town." And then he was like, and then the other guy goes, "What, like D&D is what this other cop says." And I was like, "No, it's Magic the Gathering though." And he goes, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm dressed up because, first of all, I like vintage fashion. I like to do it, but I'm extra dressed up because I was a feature creator at this convention, and I did a meet and greet today. Um, and the other cop goes, "You're a creator?" I was like, yes. He's like, what kind of content you do? I was like, oh, well, I do this thing where I basically, it's like kind of think of it like a little bit of voice acting, I guess, with like digital puppeteering. It's this thing called VTubing. He's like, no, bro, like I like that sounds way too familiar. I was like, anyway. He thought he did that other no, no, no. He didn't no, he had that inquiry because he's like it wasn't because he was like, "Oh, are you like a creator like eyebrow wiggle like what kind of content do you do?" He was like, "Cuz your voice sounds really familiar. Where are you from?" Like that's why he asked me. So I was like, "Oh boy." He's like, "I think I've heard you before." Not even heard of me. He's like, "I've heard you before." And I was like, "Oh boy." And so I was like, "Oh boy." I was like, "Oh my god." And so Don noted that like their trainee who was watching them talk to it, like they were actually very nice and very helpful, but the trainee, she was this woman and she's like looking at them and she was kind of eye rolling. She's like, these guys are being so fucking unprofessional, like but they're being, they're being very nice and they're kind of telling us like they're pretty um I was like, which one of you is a cop? Um, so I was like, I was like, I was like, I was like, did you get a Gambit pre-order plushie? I was like, you a gremlin? You a gremlin? You a gremlin? I was like, what's your opinions on pineapple pizza, motherfucker? You know, and so anyway, so collected all the information and he he was so they were very helpful and we're in direct contact with them and but they were like, yeah, with stuff like that, we're very confident we'll probably catch him because we're very confident we'll probably catch him. It may not be within the same day, but the fact is like they are like we literally have their license plate number and it's like they crack really easily like he's like unfortunately this is a very common thing. This is a crime that is very common. Petty crime like this happens all the time on the strip. These people, they like understand like how um they access his stuff, and he's like, it's just fucked up because he just shouldn't have done obviously they shouldn't have done that, but it's also like fucked up that like they had access and like what happens if they had a weapon on them? Like thank God like none of you were hurt, things like that. Like it could and he did turn to Don Don and said, if you had a gun and shot the guy, just know you would have gotten away scot free. Cause that would have been self-defense. And that's Las Vegas gun laws. I was like, oh my God. Okay. like, uh, and so, yeah, and so I was just like, Jesus, did he just tell us that okay, whatever? I was like, but I was like, Jesus. So, I was, people, they were very, they were actually very nice, very helpful, and they were very empathetic. And, you know, look, it's not like it's not like I had $20,000 of stuff stolen, right? In the grand scheme of things, it could have been so much worse and we could have been hurt. It could have been, but I still really appreciated how kind they were because it's very violating, and it's the second time it's happened. The other robbery that we had experienced while we were in Belgium was because of it was like it was part of like it was a ring of people who are like hitting houses and stealing hopping trains going from country, like it was like part of this really like big uptick, like and it was like part of like this local slash international gang that like had this like modus operandi, and it really fucking sucks. And this situation, it's like it really sucks because Don was saying he's like, I kind of feel bad for them, and not in the like he's like the circumstances in life made them think that this was justifiable in some way, shape, or form, right? And I was like, yes, I absolutely understand that. But do I want to grab their dick and fucking twist it? Hell fucking yeah, I do. I think I'm allowed to feel a little fucking upset that they took my baby's tokens that they gave me, okay? I was like, that's the thing I'm most upset about. I was like, you can keep my fucking cash. I don't give a fuck. I was like, I want my keychain that somebody made for me for the first time. My little, the other keychain. I was like, those were special those are special memorabilia that people made for me. Those are the things I want. I don't give a fuck about my credit cards. I can cancel credit cards and get a new one. That's fine. Like those are the things that's what you know. So, but we are very upset with the hotel because the fact that there was this issue, because of course, like I can't say like, oh, I didn't, obviously, if I didn't leave my door open, like, they wouldn't have been able to get access to my room. But why were they on that fucking floor to begin with? Why it was because, and I recorded this, I was like, I'm going to press the button in this elevator to the floors that are closed off to the public, quote unquote, unless you had a key card. And there was two different elevators that scanner was not working. So they tested that, make sure that it wasn't a problem. And then they like that's how they were able to get access to that floor and that room. And so anyway, you know. So it was, that's like, I'm like really fucking upset about that because then we were like trying to talk to them because I was like, we didn't get to enjoy, like, this person and their actions stole a day of this convention that we travel for, that I was a feature creator for, like they took time away, and that is the one thing you can't give back. It's time. And I was like, and we weren't properly protected. Thank God that they only took a purse and they didn't like attack my husband, because what had happened was, and to give you the other side of why this person didn't stay longer, is because Don was in the bathroom, and then he heard some noise, and he knew that I wasn't in the room because I had just left, because I told him I was leaving. And he said he heard some movement and he called out to me. He goes, Lala, is everything okay? And then he heard shuffling and the door slam. And he heard shuffling and the door slam. So they obviously got startled because they didn't realize he was in the room. They thought he wasn't in the room, but he was in the room because he was in the bathroom. And so that's why they didn't take more stuff. But also, that person could have opened that door and could have attacked my husband. Like, that's the terrifying part. Like, I'm so thankful that nothing happened to him. So it was very upsetting to know that, and I have a big bone to pick with the hotel. Um, and it was very frustrating. We're both very upset with how the hotel handled it. The hotel could not give a flying rat's ass about us. They like took their sweet time. They didn't call the police. We had to take matters into our own hands. And afterwards, so this all happened, And then, we're packing up the last things and we're leaving and then we're like, we would like to speak to like, we would like to talk about having like a partial or full reimbursement for our stay because our safety was absolutely compromised due to the negligence of the hotel. That's fucking crazy that this person was allowed to go around and just like scope out and like, there's like, and then you took your sweet time giving us bullshit answers, whatever it was, and we could have called the cops right when it happened, but they didn't even, you know what I mean? Like they just like dragged their feet and they didn't even call the cops because they were hoping that it was going to go away and that we weren't going to say nothing. And I was like, right, but I'm not like that. I'm the kind of bitch who I got into a car accident and I visited 4 different businesses and I went through their security cameras and I got all the footage to make sure that the person who hit me didn't go away with some kind of crazy sob story. And so like I was like, you talking to the wrong person. And so afterwards, we we and I was like, I know this is a crazy idea, John. And like if it's not safe, like we'll abandon it. But I was like, I want to go to the locations that these people went to because I want to check the trash cans in the event that they toss the purse in the trash cans. Crazy. But I was like, let me at least try. And so we went to like the gas station where they use the card at and checked the trash cans. And then we went to the parts store and and Don checked the trash cans. He's like, I want you to stay in the car just in case of anything. Cause we also like had packed our car and we had like checked out of the hotel. And but he went inside and he asked and was like, so we just got robbed. These people used our card and we found out they had bought like a car battery. They had gotten like some extra stuff, whatever it is. We had found out what they had bought. And then we went to like the Ross and we like checked out like the trash cans there. We didn't have any luck, but it was literally all within like a mile of each other. So it was very easy to know. So like we have all that information. I was like, man, I'm just gonna start investigating this shit on my own. I swear to God. And so I was just really upset and I just felt really bad and I felt really stupid and it was just like a lot of complicated feelings. So we didn't like go back to MagicCon after all this happened. And um, I was also getting very hangry. So then we went and got Greek food and it was just like 2 stores down from Dark Side Games. And so we got some yummy food, said bye to Dark Side Games, which I'll tell you all about in a second because it's nice and news. And then we drove home. We picked up Gambit from um our friends who are babysitting him, and so we didn't get home until like 12:30 in the morning. I didn't get to bed till 1 after I started my day at 6. And so the only thing I did was my meet and greet, which was a wonderful bright light and like ray of sunshine to a very awful, emotionally exhausting day because everything else was just around this whole fucking situation and we were just so upset and frustrated. But, um because like that hotel we were staying in is not like a cheap like $45 a night hotel, right? It's like it was, I was like pissed. I was like, how can you tell me? Like, how can you be so fucking cavalier? And also, not for nothing, how can you have no fucking empathy for people? Like, I don't know. Like, I was just so fucking annoyed for so many reasons. And so anyway, it was such a shitty way to end like an otherwise like pretty nice weekend and fun weekend. Um, no, the hotel did not give me also High Snowflakes, the hotel did not give us a refund because they have to finish their quote unquote investigation. And I was like, okay, but I took a video of these elevators not fucking working with these key cards. So like I took a video of me pressing the floor we were staying on without using a key card to be like, cool, A+ security, guys. Thanks. Thank you. And like if we don't get an answer from their team by tomorrow, I've never done this before, but I'm absolutely utilizing social media to get attention because I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And uh I'm like really pissed because I was like, I don't know. Like I said, I just hate how time was taken from me and that like sentimental things were taken from me. I will say I shared the news and the update on like socials and Molkina. I love Molkina so much. I love their eater bags because they look like nice pocketbooks. Like they're very, very like they feel elevated. Um and the owner of Molkina, she's so, so sweet. She's shipping me a replacement for free. I like offered to pay for shipping and she's like, "Please don't even worry about it." So I'm getting the replacement con bag, which is really nice, but and I'm trying to get the replacement keychains from like a couple of the artists who made that fan merch. I won't be able to get back like some of the beaded like keychains and stuff that I had hanging off the purse. Um, the I know the person who is helping me from Magic is trying to get me the MagicCon 2026 like pin because that was on that bag. Um, so yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, to your point, Twin B, like I was just fucking annoyed that like our safety was compromised, period. Right? Period. I could have been getting ice down the hallway and this happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy that this happened. And their response was like, whatever. Like, it was so inappropriate and here's the thing, like, I'm not over here listen, I'm not over here to make any kind of statement about cops or whatever. All I know is that there was 2 guys who were assigned to help us, and they themselves were very, very nice and very empathetic and very helpful, and they kind of explained kind of the situation. They were very transparent. They kind of, gave us context in terms of this stuff. I mean, this also taught me a really fucking hard lesson. Like I'm never, you know, um yeah, it's just so crazy. Yeah, you know. Artists tend to be hella nice. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it won't be a problem, but it's just really sad, and frustrating, and um it sucks, I hope I'm because they probably the only thing if I'm thinking of what they're thinking of, the only things that have value is, like, the makeup, like, they probably just kept the makeup, and then the, and then my wallet. All the other things, like, to a person who doesn't care about those things, like, would've just tossed it. Because, well, no, there was a camera battery charger, but it's to a very specific camera, and then there's a Mophie Camry battery a Mophie, like, phone charger that has value. Um, Makeup, uh, what else? I, like, made a list of it. It's blanking on me, but I wrote it all down when it was really fresh in my mind yesterday. Yeah. I'm gonna send you oh, thank you. There's nothing like, I'm not gonna ask you to pay for my makeup, please. That's what like, please. That's you don't need to do that. But, honestly, like, uh, I I'm just like that, that's fine. Like please, I don't expect that at all. It's more like I said, it's like the other like tokens and stuff. Like that was more like that. I was like, oh, that I really wanted those replaced. Like, it's just annoying. It's just annoying. So, like I just hate when there's like things that could have been done and just like people sit on their hands. Like it just drives me fucking crazy. So especially when it's like it just like it's just apathy. Apathy is so deadly in that way. You know what I mean? Dipshitty, thank you so much for tier one, honey. Thank you. Mwah. Yeah. So Yeah. So I think I'm feeling good about, I'm feeling, at least confident I can get a couple of things replaced. I'm very, very, because those purses are not like $15. The Molt kind of purse, I think, cost me $90. I got that was it at, no, I got it at TwitchCon last year, I think. Not even OFCon. I got it at TwitchCon. And I love that purse. That's like my convention purse. And here's the thing, like I have my day-to-day purse and then I have my con purse. And my con purse, of course, I love to show off like the gifts that community members have given me and things like that. Like I always bring like what is it called? The candy bracelets I've been given. I like to bring them because even if I don't end up wearing them, I feel like those people are with me. Like just that energy is with you. And I just I like to keep some tokens like that when I travel just because it's really nice, especially at con weekends. And so, the one thing I will what this taught me is like I'm putting an air tag on fucking everything. I'm putting it on everything. I'm putting it on my purse. I'm putting it on my wallet. I'm putting it on my husband. I'm putting it on an air tag on fucking everything. I was like, where's the buy three, get one free? Where's a nice little BOGO of air tags? Because I'm gonna put it on everything. I was like, I'm gonna put it on my bra. I'm gonna put it on my cup of water that I don't know where I had it, like so uh yeah, if I was some my card stuff, I yeah, so that morning, King, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned this. So thank goodness, and I was explaining this to my mom when we were catching up this morning. That morning, I remember I was like, not a lot of people are playing like Magic, like my friend group. We're not like playing Magic at the con. We're usually playing Magic after the con. So I was gonna, so I had my Rin and Seri deck in my purse, which is my and I talk about this deck every time we do magic stuff. It is my it is a sentimental deck because the sleeves are all have gambit sleeves. There's custom gambit tokens my brother made for me. There is beautiful artwork I have taken the time to collect. There is artwork that my community has gifted to me, like special cards, like secret layer cards that were on my throne that were given to me. I had art cards that were signed by the artist. It is a very sentimental deck, but also financially, it's like a $1,500 deck. It is a very expensive deck. And so, um, that morning, I took the deck out of that purse and I put it into the creator swag bag I got in. And I was like, I'm just going to keep all my decks together with my playmat. Thank goodness I did that because if I did not, they would have totally stole that deck. Yeah. Hi, Thelma. Hi, Ange. Yeah. Tag your purse, tag your shirt, tag your husband. They're stealing everything up in here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you get an air tag. You get an air tag. You get an air tag. Oh yes, oh yes. At the Renaissance, I know a lot of people were playing at the Renaissance Hotel specifically. I know we did. We were part of a chaos draft. We didn't get to play, but we did crack packs, which is really fun. Um, yeah, so air tags are good because what air tags do, if you don't know what they do, they're like literally like a small little keychain thing that identifies the location of that item. So you know how you can do like find my like iPad, find my phone, like my iPhone or things like that. I'm sure there's something equivalent for Android phones. What AirTags do is that you can track devices that have an AirTag so that in the event it's stolen or misplaced or whatever, you can find it. And so um, that's why it's very, very helpful and very important to have them. And so now I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting a bunch of air tags because I'm now not going to a con without them. Oh, thank you, King. Oh, thank you, King. Thank you, honey. Mwah. Thank you for your sub at tier one. Thank you. Thank you. There's something kind of funny about someone being robbed at MTG convention and then the cyber. Oh, thank heaven they didn't touch my. Well, yeah, isn't that kind of funny though? But it's crazy. Like, I mean, I think somebody was talking. I saw this short That was like, "Oh, you wanna get involved into Magic the Gathering? Yeah, yeah, here, you could play my deck." And they're like, "Wow, that's, like, really fun. I wanna make that deck too." "You have $7,000?" "What do you mean?" It's like, "You got $7,000?" 'Cause that's how much the value of this deck is. It's like, "What the fuck?" It's like, "There's proxies." You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that was oh my goodness, so crazy. So crazy. Oh, yeah, like the Ren and Theory, like personally, that's my most expensive deck because I've taken the time to find and to source all these different art cards for it because it is like I want that and several of my other decks too, but I just haven't done the same amount level of work where I want it to not only is it a deck I play with, but I want it to be like a beautiful collection of artwork. So I want like this like special artworks associated with these cards in this deck, so that as I'm playing it, it's like an art showcase. Because that's I love playing Magic, but I even love more the art of Magic. I think the illustrations are so stunning. I love how cheeky some of the cards can be and all this different stuff. And and of course, I love the dog and cats. Like I can't help it, specifically dogs. So I try to find as much artwork that I can to put into that deck, legitimate artwork that are by the artist, and then I would like to meet the artists, not have them sign all this stuff. So he's oh Siren, you're so sweet, thank you. So there's other decks where like it's not nearly that expensive, but that deck in particular is Don Don his decks, which, I don't know which one of his is the most expensive, but that's my most expensive. Now, whether or not I spent that much money on it, I have not spent $1,500 on that deck because, like I said, certain cards were gifted to me that are within that deck. But the value of that, like we literally just evaluated recently, like that is the value of it. And so I've probably invested like at several $100s for sure, like probably 500 into that deck. You know what I mean? Like collectively, it's probably more, but it is yeah, these that's the thing about Magic, and I think that's why the community is so nice. Like decks can be sentimental. Not only can they be strong and OP, but a lot of people find like what resonates with them. They find something that really, sticks with them lore wise, art wise, whatever it is, and they like spend time crafting these decks that like make them happy as they play them. And so I feel like that's why there's like it's silly, right, to say like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this piece of fucking cardboard." But, don't we put our own emotional value on things that are seemingly mundane because there's a memory, there's a story associated with those things, right? And that is so much more priceless than whatever there's cards that are very expensive that we own but we'll never trade because they're very, there's emotional value. I think we have Don Don has like OG Pokemon. I think it's Gengar and Alakazam, and they're like in excellent condition. I'm pretty sure that those cards by themselves, if we got them graded, they'd come back pretty decently high graded. Like they're definitely, I think we looked it up, the value would be at least like $5,000 a card, you know? And for us, it's not that, yeah, sure, we could sell it, but we hold on to it because those are like, Danton was like, this Gengar card was like the first holographic foil I ever got. And that is a very precious memory. And so he wants to, there's these artists, what they'll do is that you can get the card framed. And then what they do is they extend the artwork of the card around the frame. You know what I mean? And so he wants to do that for like a couple of those cards. Yeah, it's a sentimental thing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Gandalf. Two friends, and I'm a green lover. Oh, yeah. I love you. It's the artwork is so beautiful. It's true. My interest at MTG was kids would drop cards on the bus and I would find them written on my shoe. I had maybe 3 to 4 just for shiggles. Shiggles, I never heard that before. Shits and giggles and shiggles. Yeah, I run a pet store, so I picked $100 budget deck for Rim and Sue to start playing, and here I'm 6. Yeah, exactly. And now, so what I will say is actually because of our conversation, King. Um, so this is the other highlight besides like the kitty cafe that had at MagicCon. The other highlight is I finally got to go to Darkside Games, Las Vegas. And Darkside Games is my LGS. They're my sponsor. They're not, I don't live in Vegas, but this is them. They are a wonderful LGS in Vegas. Hi, Kat. I'm doing okay. Thank you so much for asking. We were just going over the whole thing. It was just kind of wild. Um, yeah, I remember my first Pokemon card was the base set Venusaur. Oh my god, my mom. Uh, we have to look at our Pokemon cards. I believe she sent them to my cousin who was trying to evaluate them, but never got them evaluated. I was like, send it to us. We're the ones. We're the ones who do the. We're the TCG people. Give it to us. Can I have my cards back, please? Please, they're my cards. Can I have my Pokemon cards, ma. Um, I visited Darkside Games on Saturday. We went and I met the amazing, wonderful Josh freaking Hatta. He is the manager of Darkside Games, and he is the wonderful, wonderful person I've been working with for all of my Magic streams, my pack openings, and who recently sent over that Pokemon product. And he was so sweet. We spent 3 hours in the store just talking to him. So tomorrow, as I know the schedule isn't out, I came back home late last night, and this morning, I slept in a little bit because I didn't get much rest this weekend, and I was just totally emotionally exhausted because of yesterday. But I'll make sure to publish it tonight. But tomorrow, which is our early stream days, but tomorrow we're gonna be doing TCG Tuesday, and I mean, so much. Josh completely spoiled me. I got to take a picture of all this stuff he showed me. He gave it's so much. He gave me two collector boosters, packs, boxes of Strixhaven MTG, and then a ton of Pokemon product. Okay? They are amazing. Uh Oh, Josh! Hi. Oh my god. I need to take a picture and show you guys cuz hold on. Hold on. You know what? I'm just going to take the boxes. Give me a second. Let me, I'm going to let me get this stuff. I'm going to be right back playing an ad. Okay? So while I grab this stuff, go grab water. I need a little bit more water. I'm sure you've been hearing it in my voice. I'm also going to I think I need like a cough drop. So I'm gonna take like just a couple minutes. I gotta go pith. Okay. So I'm gonna run an ad while I do this. So you go get your water. All right. So nobody misses nothing, and then take a quick break. Okay. So I'll be. Let me. Hold on. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. I'll be right back. I'll let the music keep on playing though. Okay. Hello. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so hi. So thank you. I got a little bit of water. Okay. So, okay, I just need to preface like so Josh gave us a lovely tour of Dark Side Games, but then Josh was like, "Here, just take this and take that." And I was like, "This is ridiculous. Can we please pay for something cuz this is kind of crazy how much product you're gifting us." And he was like, "No, it's okay. It's cool." But I did end up getting some really cute stuff, which I'm very excited about. Oh wait, so here's so I got okay, so Josh gave thank you, hi Sabaha, thank you. So we have two. So okay, so Josh gave. Hold on, I have it in front of me. Two Strixhaven collector booster boxes. I also have this Pokemon TCG, like it's like a tin that has Mega Charizard EX in it, like on the front. I don't know if this is called something specific. And then I got the Mega Evolution Ascended Heroes Meganium EX box. That has it has Mega Meganium and Mega Furoligator. So I got those two. Hey RX man, welcome on in. Had a rough day, so I'm sorry to hear that. I had a rough day yesterday, so I'm very glad that also I'm hanging out with all of you too. So we got these Pokemon things. Then and then okay, then I received a box of I received a box of Hololive official card game Enchant Regalia because I've been really curious about this Hololive card game, and apparently it plays nearly identically to Pokemon, which is amazing because I'm super excited. And then, and then they also gave me a box of Oshi Push, which is a VTuber card game, and I haven't heard of this one. And uh apparently this is a very silly VTuber game. So I've heard of a few different VTuber card games. I've heard of Rift Runners I've heard of. I've also heard of obviously V Card, right, which is associated with Game of Sups. And then I've also heard of uh wait, I think those are the two. Those are the two I knew of. And now there's Oshi Push, which the way that Josh was pitching it to me is like it's a lot more memey. So there's apparently like a card that says Poggers or something like that. So I present a question to all of you. So there's no way I'm going to be able to open all of this in one stream. So my question is, do you want to do you want we could do some pack openings today if you want. We could do any one of these. We could do the VTuber ones. We can okay, there's three different categories, I guess. We could open VTuber cards, Pokemon cards, or Magic cards. Or we don't have to do cards and we could just continue hanging out and yapping, which is totally fine. Or we can also play Mouse PI. But I know tomorrow I'm definitely doing more we're going to do more TCG tomorrow. Yeah. Strixhaven has some great cards and some cool cats in it. And Ascended Heroes is such a good set for reprints, but also just cool cards. Hololive is fun and easy to pick up. I'm not big on the sets for them, though. Oh, I see. So here's the thing about the Hololive set. I know I don't talk about Hololive very much, but I actually really do like. There's a few different VTubers in Hololive that I fucking adore. Number one is Kureji Ali from Hololive ID, Indonesia, because she's so unhinged and she's lovely and so sweet and just so hilarious. I love her. Um, so I want some Ali cards. Kureji Ali is the first VTuber I ever saw. And so she always holds a very special place in my heart because she's the one who introduced VTubing to me. So I love Korone. Sorry, Korone, not Kureji Ali. Korone, bakery door girl. And then my other favorite is, of course, the Abiscore twins. Bow bow, motherfucker. Bow bow. I love my bow bow girls. I love my bow bow girls. I love my bow bow girls. They're so funny. I love Mokoko twins. I love them. So yeah, I love them. So that's why I was like, oh, I've been very curious about the Hololive game. Um, and then of course, I'm always interested in how people approach VTubing, and of course, VTubing card games, because I really want one to pop off because of it should. And so I've heard about Rift Runners, but I don't know anyone who actively plays Rift Runners. And please correct me if I'm wrong. I also know Um, V Card has been working on making it more playable. I haven't played V Card. I also have V Card cards to open. So, but I feel like they probably lean more in the collector area of cards, right? So I want to like try out like a VTuber game that's that is player too. Yeah, we bow bow every night. Hi, Loey. Welcome on in. All of a sudden, yeah, and if yapping is a course, it just gives something to talk about you might enjoy. Oh, I always love yapping, and we haven't done yapping in a while, so I don't mind continue going. It's not a problem, you know. Um, but yeah, cards feel that way. Collectible only. I apparently the Hololive has gotten more serious about it. And the mechanics are very similar to Pokemon, in which case that makes it very playable, right? It's very simple. It's very straightforward, which I enjoy. And of course, so many of the Hololive designs are absolutely adorable and cool. So I'm very curious about that one. And but Oshi Push sounds interesting because they have apparently very Mimi cards, according to Josh. So I didn't really know anything about this brand. And I just found out about them. So and they actually they had just started interacting with me on social media. So I'm very curious. One day I'd love to be part of a TCG. Um, but we'll see. Oshi Push. The ultimate Kami Oshi is out there. Oshi Push is a unique take on a trading card game based on actual VTubers from within the VTubing community. Collect and play with your favorite VTuber Oshi. Compete to dominate the world of content creation with cards that will turn the competition on their heads. Hololive locals always be popping. Yeah, maybe I gotta find out if there's like a Hololive like card game playing community near me. Cause that was one thing. I'm really bummed. On Friday there was apparently a draft at Dark Side. On Saturday they were doing a pre-release event for Rift Runners, which I am very interested in about exploring. But I feel like I was like one card game at a time, maybe. I don't know. Um, I've heard very good things about Rift Runners. Um, I really wanted to get into what is it, Runeterra. I really wanted to get into Runeterra, but Runeterra is like a dead game because they decide, Riot decided to gut that program or that department or whatever it is. So, obviously I'm very interested in the Pokemon. So maybe tomorrow we can open Pokemon tomorrow. I feel like, um, maybe we do Pokemon and Magic tomorrow. No, I could move these VTuber ones. I do a VTuber stream. Mm. Hololive is by Bushiroad. So if a card shop stocks their other games, they probably should stock and prop run events. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I heard that they are a bit more involved, right? And I heard that Oshi Push also is starting to get more involved. Word on the street, you know. I think that's the thing I'm also trying to figure out, like which one of these card games happen to have the most how do you say, the most support, right? Like which is which is the most viable, one of these VTuber games is most viable. But I think those are the only ones that exist, right? It's Rift Runners, V Card, and Oshi Push. Is there one that, are there other ones I don't know about? Aw, thanks, Toby. This is sweet. Thanks, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if there's any other ones. That would be a stream in and of itself, a VTuber. A VTuber, let's see, a VTuber, a tier list in terms of playability. So this is VTuber trading card games. What are the other ones? V card, Ret Runners. I feel like those are the three, right? And the others? I'm looking. But thanks for hearing me out about all the stuff that happened yesterday. That was crazy. I was just like, out of all the things that I was like, damn, that was not what I expected. That was crazy. That was wild. I will say that there was one there, I forgot to mention this. There was one panel I went to that was so much fun, and I was like, "Oh my god, this format needs to be adopted and I want to do this." So I'm saying this out loud so that I can claim this idea. But I saw at MagicCon, I went to this panel that was called, it was a fantasy football draft, and I don't know anything about fucking football. But it was a fantasy football draft, but with the planeswalkers of Magic the Gathering. And it was so funny because it had Bitch Puddin and Irene the Alien, which are two drag queens. And Irene the Alien was like, I want my team to just be twinks because I just want to fuck my team members. I was like, that's so funny. So it was so hilarious. But I was like, but you can do this with anything. Like I was like, oh, I want to do a fantasy football draft with like VTubers, like my favorite VTubers in different positions. Who would be the um fantasy football draft of Fallout characters, of uh shonen leads, shonen anime leads, magical girls, Like I would want Princess Tutu to be the fucking quarterback on a team. You know what I mean? Like that's just so funny to me. I was like, I wanna do that. I wanna do that as like a game thing. I feel like that'd be really fun. Bring some people over, do that. That's really fun. Ugh. But yeah, I gotta see. I wanna open all these different chords and see. I was so mad when I heard fantasy football wasn't Dragons versus Fairies. You're so real for that. You're so real for that because yes, exactly. I exactly. I heard that. I heard that. Oh, RX man, thank you so much for contributing to my secret layer on the on throne. Thank you, honey. Mwah. Thank you very much. Thank you for my oh my god kitties. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, very excited. I love it. He's so cute. You just finished Cardboard Addiction Fun. Feed your addiction a bit more. Oh my goodness. Well, I will say I was so bummed because I actually, you know how so RX Man, for those who don't know, RX Man is a lovely community member who has been working on custom Lala MTG cards, commander cards, and they have their own channel in the Discord where they post the updates, so be sure to check it out. And they had actually sent me physical versions of some of the cards and in multiple copies, so in case I could sign them. And with everything happening with the room robbery, they got mixed up in the shuffle, and I had brought them with me to bring to my meet and greet, and I was so bummed that I didn't have them because I wanted to give them out. So I will have them at the next MagicCon that they decide to let me be a part of. So, yeah. Yes. Spell Slayers has become my favorite magic show. They're amazing. Oh, I want to watch Spell Slayers. Like, they're so funny. So funny. It's so good. I love, 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 love. I love those queens. Bitch Puddin is a friend. So it's really great. I really adore her. So, I loved going to the panel. It was such a hoot. It was a great time. Set and playmat. Oh yeah, I got to put the playmats. So the shop, I have to revamp the shop, the merch shop because we have I have to put the stock that's I think we just counted. I think I have like only 3 or 4 playmats left. So I have to restock them, but I'm also I may just keep those for the convention. I got to figure out my merch stuff because we just finished doing the plush drop. So I think I got to spend, hopefully maybe we could work out where we want merch to live now. So it might be produced elsewhere maybe. I don't know. I got to figure it out. I got to figure it out. But yeah, I had it with me. I had my mat with me at a MagicCon. Uh so it's cool. Yeah. Feeding for the cardboard crack. I did the game nights. I went to the fantasy football draft, the cosplay competition. Those are the 3 that I went to that I was really happy about. Yeah. Hi, Hi, Tervis. I got too nervous to say hi at your meet and greet yesterday at the con, but I wanted if you would check out Oh yeah. So this was the other thing. That was part of my schedule yesterday. So yesterday I was gonna go to the con, enjoy the things, do the meet and greet. I wanted to do the Strixhaven like thing that they had going on, and then what I wanted to do was afterwards we were gonna go to the Atomic Museum. I didn't get to do any of that. I didn't get to do any of that because we were dealing with the robbery and all that stuff. It was very frustrating. Hey, Starlight Toby, thank you for the raid. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. For coming on in. Happy time zone. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s diner waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. Welcome on in. It's so nice to have you. We've just been talking for a minute. I hope you had a good time with your community. I found my cat sleeping on me of a playmat on my desk. Oh, that's so cute. My husband seen how excited I was and was 100% right. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, it was so nice meeting you and your hubby. I was so excited. You have to understand, I was you I was so surprised by how many people like was overlap uh was overlapped at MagicCon. Like I was so happy to see my gremlins. That made my heart so full. People who enjoy my content. That was a really like I was so surprised. I really didn't feel I didn't expect anything. Obviously at a meet and greet it's a little different. Like I was like, oh, maybe like a couple of people show up. I did not expect to be yapping with so many people. It was like awesome. It was like really really fantastic. I had such a great time. And thank you everybody who also came and was so patient. I know that I am a real big yapper, and if there isn't somebody who helps move the line along, I will spend 10 minutes speaking to a singular person. I am so grateful and appreciative when people come to my meet and greets. And so I definitely have a problem of yapping too much. I get so excited. I don't want to know everything about you. You're so cool. Like, thanks for coming. Like, it's so cool. So so thanks for that. But yeah, you said the mini golf was really nice. I realized I'm terrible at mini golf. I think at every single hole I like did like seven swings. You know how every hole is supposed to be a goal? That was a goal, but it took me like 8 tries. I never made par. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So, anyway, this was so crazy. Oh, it was crazy. Um The Kaldheim loop-de-loop threw me for a loop. Oh, I just started swinging really hard and it was so funny. It was so silly. I had such a great time. There's like I loved that. That was a really good time. The kitties. Do you have any? So I did record some vlog footage, so I'm hoping to have that edited very soon so I could publish that. I know the Carrier Con, you're owed that well, it's soon. I'm trying to work out all these videos so that I can get my YouTube in a very consistent publishing schedule so everybody can enjoy. Um I also have to talk with my team because they want to. I don't know if I should have a separate YouTube channel for all things TCG or if it's just a shelf on my YouTube. I have to figure that out. I have to figure that out. We'll have to see. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. We spent like 4 hours and like to sell that neon yellow chocobo. but like, but like, but also, but also, but also, that's like you got like neon chocobo. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got stuck in the artist line, so lost track in time for lost track of time for the Sunday meet and greet. Oh, it's fine. It's hard. There's a lot to do. Like that's the thing I would say about MagicCon Vegas. It was just so much to do. Versus like I feel like at MagicCon Atlanta, it's like, oh, I feel like I did most of everything. We did some things. We didn't do like the Spider-Man like scavenger or the Spider-Man activity in their pop-up, but that was because like the way they built it, it was so claustrophobic. And I was like, oh no, I'm so not interested in doing that. Um, but yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I understand. Yeah. I've been here for a little bit now, but I didn't want to start. I'm glad you. Oh, it's okay, Pixie. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad that it could have been worse. I'm very grateful it wasn't, but it's also very frustrating. So we're gonna wait and see what Virgin Hotels says, and uh, if we don't get an answer by tomorrow, we're gonna raise some hell on socials, and so I'll let you guys know. You guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I met you too, King. It was such a pleasure. Yeah. Hey, Wonder Waffle. Oh, you got one? Oh, congrats! Yay! Yay. No way, Mrs. Finn. Oh, thank Thank you so much for being so patient. It was so I really love like meet and greets are such a joy. Such a joy. But yeah, it's such a joy. Also, how many of you are going to MomoCon out of curiosity? Anybody going to MomoCon in Atlanta? You've never been to a con before? They can be very fun. You have to gauge what works for you, obviously. You don't want to do something that could be really overwhelming and then you're overstimulated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Trying to think on going. After this weekend, yeah. I was gonna go, but flights were I miss going to cons. I didn't realize how much I miss going to cons until I started going back to cons again, and it's been lovely. It's been so good. But I what is it? Brain for it. If you are going to MomoCon, I will be doing a virtual meet and greet. So I'm very excited. Details to come soon, but I will be doing a virtual meet and greet. So I'm very excited for that. Um, I will not be there in person. The next cons I will be in person for are Anime Expo, Off Kai, and those are the two definite ones. Oh, and I need to check. Wait. Let's see. MagicCon Atlanta is the same weekend as TwitchCon. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to MagicCon Atlanta unless Magic really sweetens the pot for me to be able to go in some shape way. Yeah, so I think so I have a hotel room reserved for TwitchCon. For MagicCon Atlanta, I always stay with friends. So it kind of depends on what ends up happening, I guess, associated with either con, I guess. I think people, yeah, I think a lot of people may not be going to TwitchCon. So that's why if a lot of people are not going to go, then I may maybe MagicCon, maybe. Mm. Yeah, it's like complicated. So like they said that they're going to take security precautions. But then at the same time, but at the same time, I don't know. I have to see. I have to see the updates. I have to see, and that ultimately, because here's the thing: I have to be picky not only because it's like they have two overlapping events, but ultimately, which is going to make more financial sense for me. You know what I mean? Because if uh it's like, oh, the TwitchCon hotel that I usually stay at is very expensive, or do I pay for the flight to MagicCon Atlanta? And so those are like the decisions. I think it'll probably come down to whichever one ends up being less expensive, probably. Um, but also if I can get the booth up at TwitchCon, that'll be a big deal. Unless I do the booth at MagicCon Atlanta, which would be crazy, but hey, Canadian Thor, what's up? Hi, welcome. Hi, Crimbo. Hello. Hi. Hello. To Off Kai WonderCon or New York Con. Yeah. Momo. Yeah, Momo literally means peach. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, make sure to say hi at MomoCon, Jessie. Yeah, make sure to say hi. Yeah, the security was there was definitely room for improvement in terms of security. Um, here's the thing. There's good things about TwitchCon. Like for instance, I got to try Mouse PI. Like there's a lot of like the game that the company that does Phasmophobia that were there. So there was some really cool things. I did a great panel at TwitchCon with the one of the head executives at Elf Cosmetics and with the head of Amazon Ads, and I got to meet them and build relationships with them. So those are like some of the reasons why I would go to TwitchCon is because some of those business relationships. However, that being said, um, if you know, MagicCon, I had such a lovely time at MagicCon, but also, if I go to MagicCon, I don't know. I don't know. I have to see. I have to see. I have to think about that. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's the same measures as last year, but this time with no film badges. It seems my internet is stuck in the bathroom after having Taco Bell, having a follow in case something hits the fan on my end. Oh, it's probably shit hits the fan. Literally. Hi, Xanda. You're at MomoCon. Oh no, I don't have. No, I'm not going in person. I'm not going to MomoCon in person. I wish. So here's the thing. I have no problem talking about this transparently because if people are, they think about, if this is for their own journey or like to think about when other creators say yes or no to different opportunities. So you have to evaluate opportunities, right? Especially as a VTuber. What's the wonderful thing is I love doing meet and greets with my model. I love it so much. And I love that VTubing does give me the ability to connect with people uh with, if I'm not able to physically go to a convention, right? And if I'm able to go in person to a convention, I always try to arrange some sort of meet and greet because if I'm going all the way there, I might as well say hello and hang out, and hang out for a little bit with each and every one of you who decide to stop by and say hello. Um, and however, traveling to conventions requires whether it's gas money because you're driving there, flights, a hotel, and if I'm not an official guest of a convention, and even sometimes when you're an official guest of a convention, they don't provide some of these things, but you have to think about like how much it's costing. And your girl's working hard to do this, to make this all financially feasible. So it's hard when you have to choose which cons you can go in person to or you're making virtual appearances at. And um that's why November can be one of the busiest months ever for me because right now I think I'm lined up to design a play. I think around that time, I'm costume designing a play that'll be in Los Angeles. Um, and then there's several conventions and I'm trying to work out what's gonna work better. Drellick! Hi, Drellick! Thank you for coming to the meet and greet. And thank you for this. So Drellick was so funny. Drellick is out because I always like to ask people what their names, what their usernames are. And Drellick is like, well, my name is X, Y, and Z, and like told me 3 names. And then he goes, or better well known as Drellick. I was like, oh my God, you're so silly. Like was like, "You're so silly." Oh, so ridiculous. You know, so ridiculous. So silly, so silly. Hi, Lazarus. Welcome on in. I had a good time at Twitch and basically overbid hang out with a few close friends. You see, that's the thing. I try to balance the hanging out with friends and industry things, right? Because um I'm trying to always I'm always trying to build those connections with different like, game devs or Amazon ads. There's these different things because they will they'll provide opportunities that future opportunities or collaborations that might be very, um, how do you say it? That can be very involved and good and can be very valuable sponsorships or partnerships, right? And so for me, I I like doing those networking things, those professional industry things, but I also like want to fuck off, have a joint, and hang out with friends and like drink and stuff. Sorry, 1950s devil letters wrapped in a little paper. But I also like to do that. It's A and B. I like to do A and B. I like to work and play. I love to do that. You know? Something, something, 1950s euphemism for cannabis, something, something, whatever it is, okay? All right? Listen, your Lila knows how to get it down, okay? All right? She knows how to. Um, so I gotta. Oh, it's all good. Oh, thank you, King. Have a good one. Thanks for coming by. Yes. By the way, if you must know, it's King. Oh, you have. Forgive me. Good, good. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're able to enjoy your rest of your Sunday, honey. Good old Reva. Do you partake of the devil grass? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Yes. I plead the fifth. Yes. Listen, okay. I have enormous amounts of pain in my body at all times. It's very hard. It's very difficult. Life is hard. We earn 70 cents to a man's dollar, okay? Yeah. So, so anyway, so I'm trying to work out what cons I want to go to in the fall and stuff. Um, so it's very, very it's very interesting, very involved. Yeah. Trying to figure all that stuff out. What makes most sense? Kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, good night, Allie. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. Mwah. Thank you, honey. Yeah. Her lawyer asked her to totally, definitely, certainly, positively, absolutely confirm that she may or may not possibly partake in this. Yeah. Oh. So it is so anyway, so there's definitely that. Oh, I also realized I have to do this. So anyway, so I'm evaluating all my different travel things. Yes. Yes. Ah. Reggae la no, no, no. There's no reggae la. What are you talking about? Ah, Dragon Party raid. Oh, but you can drag your nuts into my mouth. No, wait, no, no. A dragon. These. I'm so close. Dragon. Dragons like nuts is what we should take away from that. I think that's listen. I think that's yes, yes. Dragons like nuts. Yes. There you go. Right. Dragon D's nuts. Which equal dragon plus D's nuts equals dragons like nuts. There you go. Right? I'm good. I'm very good at math. Yes, very good. I did good. Hi, Red Claw. Hi, Red Claw. Hello. Hi. Hi, Mean. Mwah. Mwah. Hi, everybody. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s diner waitress VTuber serving up fun in the 21st century. I hope you're all good. We've just been recapping MagicCon this weekend, which was a good time. It was a really nice time. For the most part, had a shitty ending, but that had nothing to do with the con itself. That had everything to do with stuff that happened outside of it. But had a good time. I played with some kitties at a cat cafe. Played some putt putt. Got to see some cardboard slinging. Did some chaos drafting. It was a really great time. But yes, it was so good to see. It's so good to see. Uh, because like people were playing. Like there was one night that we were gonna start playing, and then they started playing at like 1 o'clock in the morning and finished at 3, and I had to be up at 6. And I was like, you know what? I'm an old lady because I'm 21 years old and I need my beauty sleep. And so, um, I left and went to bed because I had to. Listen, Listen, Red Claw. These people, there's a whole listen. I will say so. I went to MagicCon Atlanta, and there was so much more playing during the day because there's just so many other things. It was like, what do I do? Do I sling cardboard or do I hang out with adorable kittens that are for adoption? Like, what do you think I'm gonna pick? I got pussies to pet, man. I'm not gonna sling cardboard. Come on. I got my priorities in order. You know what I mean? Come on. Yes, beauty sleep is very important. Yes, exactly. So, man. So I had to do that. I had putt putt to play. I had putt putt to play. Uh, yeah, I didn't. I was hunting for. I didn't find it there. I was hunting for the Aerith Gainsborough Chocobo bundles artwork, and I didn't find it. That was like the one thing I was hunting for. I didn't, and whatever. What was I gonna do? I got my priorities in order. Whatever. But you know, anyway. Anyways. I'm curious about the opening hook just because they want one. Wait, which one is it? I do like some of the artwork. Have you seen? There is all this drama happening though right now in the Magic community regarding the Hobbit set because the One Ring artwork that's in the Hobbit set was like a copy and paste and change 10% of somebody else's artwork. It's this whole thing that's happening is a PR nightmare for Magic right now. Is what's happening. It's crazy. Yeah. I just got here. Did you get all your stuff back? No, I didn't get my stuff back, but I did get the one thing that I am getting a replacement. So the bag that I have, I showed this off earlier. So this is the bag. This was my con purse that I got from this brand called Mokaina, and like it's this exact one, and the owner of this brand is so sweet. She's sending me a replacement one for free. She's like the sweetest. So at least I'm getting a replacement of the bag. I'm trying to work with the artist who had made me like fan merch keychains and stuff. Trying to get replacements for that stuff. I gotta get my cherry wallet that was gifted me. I gotta get some of that stuff back. But you know, yeah, yeah. You sent you the version. Oh, let me see. Oh, let me see. 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 Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Let me see. Oh, the one with the sleepy the wagon. That was my favorite. So my husband and I, so Don and I were looking at the cards that were released, like the previews that were dropped. And he likes the majority gold one. I was like, no, no, no. I like the little sleepy boy. I love the sleepy boy, the wagon. It's so cute. Hold on, I put this up so I show you chat. I show you my wonderful grease the gremlins. I show you the code. So this is the artwork. Smoke. I like this one because he's just a sleepy little boy. I like this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is so cute. This is John Tedrick. Yeah, I did this. Yeah, it's so cute. I love this one. That's so valid. It's so cute. Yeah. Someone took your wallet. Robbed me at MagicCon. That was a wonderful thing. So, what had happened is basically the long story short was our hotel room got robbed in a matter of like 5 minutes while my husband was still in it. Um, and they took my purse and they took my husband's iPad keyboard. um, they thought it was a laptop, but thank God it was only the keyboard. The keyboard's expensive though, like it's $300 to replace it. But um, they yeah, it was crazy. And we spoke to the cops and everything and all this stuff. So uh, hi from New Zealand. Hi Kiwi. Oh, I love that you're from New Zealand and your name is Kiwi. That's super cute. Because you are a Kiwi. You are a Kiwi cutie. Hello. Yeah. Yes. No one was hurt though, thank God. No, no one was hurt. And that was the thing. They were able to get access to the floor because there was two elevators who the like you know how a security measure they add at hotels is like you can't access guest floors if you don't have like a key card. Um so two of the elevators, the key card scanner wasn't working. So you could use like but in that the elevator worked without having to scan the card to any floor you wanted to go to. So that was a failure on the hotel's part in terms of security. And the fact that somebody was able to go and do that was really scary and frustrating because uh they could have like I don't know, they were aware that my husband was in the room because that's what made them run out of the room and not steal more stuff. But, he could have, like, hurt my husband who was in the room, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been so much worse, but so there's, like they totally did not offer any kind of sense of security in that, and they could not give a flying fuck about it, so if they don't respond to us tomorrow, I may ask for some help in terms of putting them on blast, only because, like, we would like to have at least a partial, if a full, if not at least a partial refund of our stay because um, I recorded, like, how the elevator worked because I was really frustrated and upset. Um, but yeah. Nope, they didn't raisin, they didn't tell us, they didn't inform us or anything like that. Um, but yeah. Guy actually tried to pickpocket me on the oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. War. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's crazy. I was very upset. So the only thing I did at MagicCon on Sunday was my meet and greet, which was wonderful. But then afterwards, it was kind of like it was just like I was able to compartmentalize my feelings. I did the meet and greet, which was so lovely and full of joy and all the warm fuzzy feelings and spending so much time with people. And then like, immediately I finished and, like, reality set back in, and I started to get, like my anxiety started to, like, really badly flare up, and, I went to, like, the creator lounge and just started, like, crying because I was really overwhelmed, and I was by myself, and I was overstimulated, and, then, like, a staff member escorted me, like, through, like, the back way to, like, leave the con and get into a cab and go home, go to our hotel in which then I, spoke to the cops with Don, um, who saw the footage and like they feel pretty confident they'll catch the person because they have the license plate number. Like they came in, did this, and they were canvassing, like they were looking for like rooms to break into, which apparently is like a trend during big events that happen in Vegas. And so they got their face very clearly. They got the license plate of the car that was used and stuff. So, yeah. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's bullshit. So, I'm very upset about that. Obviously, like I made the error of leaving the door slightly ajar, but I also did that feeling very comfortable because my husband was in the fucking room. My husband was in the room. I would have never left the door open if there was nobody in the room. And put you know what I mean? My partner, my husband was in the fucking room. This person robbed us when my husband was getting ready for the day and using the bathroom. Teaspoon, welcome on in. Hi, thank you for the raid. Hello. Hello, how are you? Hi. Hello, I hope you had a wonderful time with your community. Welcome on in. My name is Miss Lala. I'm a 1950s diner waitress VTuber, serving up fun in the 21st century. It's so nice to have you in. Happy time zone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We're just yapping. Just yapping. Hi, Don't Drink. Welcome on in. Hi, Boba Lava. Hello. Hi. It was the Virgin Hotel. I have no problem saying it because I'm going to probably end up talking about it tomorrow publicly. We're just trying to give them some time to get back to us. We're in direct contact with the police. Because also, this is the other thing. The hotel said they were going to contact the police and they didn't. They tried to keep it internal because they didn't want to be liable for anything. So it's like so fucked. I'm so upset. It's fine. I'm feeling better about it today. Yesterday I was just so, yeah, I was just very, yeah, just, yeah. Hi, Crystal. Welcome. Yeah, they are liable though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if there wasn't an issue with the elevators, then it's entirely on me. But the fact that there was access due to their negligence is entirely on them. That's entirely on them. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's, I'm very grateful. The meet and greet yesterday was very helpful in terms of lifting my spirits a little bit. And then obviously being back home, being with Gambit and hanging out with all of you has made me feel a lot better. But yeah, Don and I were very, very upset, obviously. Because even, obviously it's not it's just very violating, right? And the other thing that I think just really kind of made me extra upset is that this is the second time I've been robbed within the past 6 months, and it's just really frustrating and very violating that feeling. So there you go. They had to yeah, yeah, if they absolutely like were aware that there was something up and they took advantage of that. Yeah. Gotta ask, what's your favorite commander for a commander deck? My favorite commander is Ren and Siri. And actually, so my Ren and Siri deck, I had it in the purse that was stolen, except that morning I had taken it out of that purse and I put it in a different bag. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, because I would have been inconsolable if they had stolen my Ren and Siri deck. And I know that sounds really silly, but its value is like $1,500. And even more so, it's so sentimental. All the card sleeves are of Gambit that were custom made by Don as a birthday gift. I received custom tokens from my brother that have Gambit artwork on them for my birthday from like I said, from my brother. There's all this different art I've collected, art that was gifted to me by you guys that were on the throne, the lands that were the special lands from the secret layer drop, the raining cats and dogs, by the artist Elena. She signed the lands. And those are such special memories because, she signed the ones that had all these. Yeah. Anyway, I was like, I would have been so upset. I'm so glad that they didn't take it. So, yeah. Yep. I wish I could have gone to a meet. Oh yeah, I did one yesterday. It was started at 12:30. It finished at 2 technically, but I technically started like 12:10, 12:15, and then it finished at like what is it, 2:30, 2:45. So it was like more like a 3-hour meet and greet, which is why my voice sounds a little cooked, but it was wonderful. Like it was so great. I was so surprised. I really didn't expect so many people to come. I really I was so surprised. Like people like it was very interesting because I feel like during the weekend there were some people who are like, "Who are you?" And I have some friends who, within the space who have larger community sizes or followings or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this is Miss. You should totally like check her out." And some people, it doesn't matter. Like some people try to size you up in terms of creator, whatever. And I've worked long enough in entertainment that I don't, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But they on Sunday, all the staff were like, "Who the fuck is this person?" Like, but not in a bad way. Like when they saw the line was getting really like long, one of the staff members came over and they're like, "Here are like 6 or 7." It was Strixhaven and TMNT, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle play booster packs, and they're like, to give it out your discretion. So I prioritize my greaser gremlins who came and who like, who I'm familiar with. I prioritize them because, the fact that like I got to meet some of them for the first time in person was so special. So I did that. And then I did see like some. behind the scenes, like wizard staff, like snapped some pictures and stuff, which was really nice. But I think everyone's like, "Who the hell is this?" I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I don't know either. I don't know why people are coming. This is crazy." So it was very cool. Yeah, yeah. But I had a good time. I had a really, really good time. Whoa, Trellick! Thank you so much. Holy moly! Thank you, Drellick. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs and for the bits for this great celebration. Yippee! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. That was very generous of you. If you received a gifted sub, make sure to thank your gifter because that was so sweet of Drellick to do that. And that's just that's nice manners, okay? All right? You can cause whatever chaos you want, but you gotta say thank you when somebody does something like that, because that's just being a decent person. Um, but yeah, it's so funny. Subs for the PPE. Oh yes. Oh yes. Thank you for reminding me. And yes, of course, as you know, we are pushing for Partner Plus level 2. We need to hit 300 Partner Plus points by the end of May, which is only works with self subscription. So that's tier 1 is 1 point, tier 2 is 2 points, tier 3 is 6 points. And so we need to hit 300 by the end of the month for 3 months. We didn't make it by last month, so the counter restarts this month. So I have to do it this month, May, June, and July, to qualify. So we will do it. I want to think of a nice incentive though. So I will probably have that arranged by the end of the week. And also, uh we celebrate 4 months. 4 months. 4 years. Oh my god, my brain. 4 years. I celebrate 4 years as a VTuber this month. I think actually, when was it? Was it May 7th or May 8th is technically my actual like debut anniversary date kind of thing. I just need to say fucking love me. I said fucking oh sorry, freaking love. I like how I turned your freaking into a fucking because I'm a New Yorker. I was like, oh wow, I'm sorry. I had to translate that to New Yorker from my brain. I was like, yes, okay, yes. I need to add the curse word. I need to add the swear. I just need to say I freaking love your model. Oh, you're so sweet. Hi, Queen Squidly. Thank you so much, honey. That's very sweet of you. Welcome on in. Don't yeah, if you want to lurk, feel free. If you want to chat, feel free to. No worries, no pressure. Yeah. Bye, Janik. It was nice talking to you. Also, Drellick, thank you so much for tier 2 and supporting the PP Poosh. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. Yeah. I can't believe you've been streaming for 4 months. Stop! Can you imagine? Hi, Wolf. Welcome on in. Yeah. Subathon inbound. No subathon inbound. I will let you know. I will let you know, but no subathon, no lalathon this month. No. If I do a lalathon, I don't know if I'm gonna do a lalathon this year. I haven't decided yet. You know, I wasn't going to do it for this year. I think if I'm to do a Lalathon, it would probably be in September for my birthday. And then if we do that, it would be in celebration of my birthday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's also September, so it's less expensive for you. You know what I mean? So I think that would be better. Sometimes are fucking tiring. They are, but I also I like to test myself and test my limits. I need to see how far I can go. I need to know that information. I don't want to assume. I like to know how far I can go. And so, for instance, I can't do a 24-hour stream again cuz that's a crazy. So, that was too much. My 21-year-old body is too frail and hag coated to handle that. So I can't do that. But I would totally do a Lalathon again in the same way we do, where it's like, what is it? It's I think we did. It's 7 straight days of 12-hour streams each day, I think is how we did it, is a Lalathon. Yeah. Have I ever done a I've never done an uncapped one. Yeah. I've never done an uncapped one. You know what I actually was thinking about doing? Like I was thinking about doing a reverse Lalathon because that sounds so funny. Where you have okay, we're gonna do an uncapped 30-day Lalathon. But every time you donate, you do a sub, it makes the clock go shorter versus longer. And so you could be like, okay, we're doing the reverse subathon. And then like your 30-day stream becomes like a 2-hour stream. And you're like, okay, bye-bye. You set up this whole epic like calendar of events and then it's over in 3 hours. You know what I mean? Yes, of course. If you, it would still be an event stream, so there of course would be rewards and incentives and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Are you going to the Iron Mouse meet and greet at the May Cafe this weekend? I did not get a ticket for the May Cafe this weekend, unfortunately. And we just finished doing MagicCon, so I think Don Don and I, uh, and because we're gonna have to buy some things to replace the things that were stolen, I think we have to unfortunately put a pin in some of the things we were interested in doing this month. Unfortunately. Yeah. Reverse subathon, yeah. Reverse subathon, we donate, you don't stream at all. The timer counts how long your vacation is. That's so funny. A reward at the end? Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like what would be the reward at the end? And then there would be a lot of incentives. You know what I mean? Like, you know how in subathon if you hit this, like there's a blah blah blah. But I do think it would be very funny. Like, what would be the end goal being? Yeah, yeah. Still, yes. My husband and I were robbed yesterday. Our hotel room was robbed. Uh, Unfortunately. So, so again, like a domaton. Like, are we getting stepped on? Oh my god. I will say that one of the things I'm working on, yes, I am working behind the scenes. I took some nice pictures this weekend for the blue Twitch that'll eventually be coming out very soon. Trying to build content for that. So know that there's active work happening for that. Someone say Ah, so funny. So funny. Oh, so silly. So silly. So yeah, that is definitely something that's happening. I mean, yeah, we're okay. Thanks, Matthew. We're okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We aren't hurt, which is the most important thing. And I think I'm working towards getting some of the things replaced, but it's going to cost us money. Like there was like the value of the items inside my purse that was stolen probably averages on like $600, $700, something like that. And Don Don's like iPad keyboard is like 300. So that's like a chunk of money that we weren't expecting to pay, obviously. So yeah. About half the value of the cars. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? So there you go. So, but it's all good. It's all good. Actually, I am what's it? We've hit I don't know. I know I've been really enjoying hanging out with all of you. But I do think I want to give my voice a little bit of a break because you can hear it strained. I was considering opening some packs today, but I think tomorrow we'll just do TCG Tuesday. I'm gonna work on the schedule for the week and I will keep you updated. Remember, tomorrow the streams are early. Tomorrow the stream is early in the day. So that is at, I believe I start at 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. ET. Tuesday is the only early stream, and so it is very EU and UK friendly. So if you're in those time zones, be sure to pop by. Make sure to join the Discord because we're gonna do movie night this month. And what else? Make sure you're following all the socials and all that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take some nice rest. I gotta drink some tea. I want to take it easy. This weekend was a lot. I want to prevent any kind of con crud. You know what I mean? I want to, make sure I'm taking my vitamins, which I did this morning. But I want to, I got some pho broth that I can have for din din, and maybe have some other stuff. But um, yeah, I tried and still my. Oh, I did update the link, so it should be good to go now. Yeah. Spider John. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. It was nice to do just a yapping stream. We haven't done a yapping one in a minute. So we're gonna finish. I think I'm pretty confident we'll finish Mouse PI this week. I think we have one more stream. And then we'll be done playing Mouse PI. And we're gonna do some TCG. Fallout is back on Friday. And then what else we got? I was gonna see if I can squeeze in some Tomodachi Life. Maybe. Maybe to do some Tomodachi Life. But I have to see. I gotta see what I can swing. Maybe. Uh but if not, I'll figure something out. Maybe we just do lots of TCG this week. I don't know. Gotta figure it out. Okay. I love you. Mwah. Let me find us a raid target. Hold on, I gotta find us a raid target. I forgot. Gotta do this part though. Gotta find a raid target. Gotta find a raid target. Gotta find a raid target. Okay. Let's see. Who we got hanging out today? Who got hanging out today? Oh. When was the last time I rated you? Or our streams overlapped in terms of the timing? Let's do let me see. Let me see. Make sure they are not just finishing stream. Warbert Frank, thank you so much for the Oh, you started a hype train? I was gonna finish stream. Thank you so much, Warbert Frank. Mwah. Yes. It was good to meet you. Of course, it was so nice to meet you. iCash Stinky. It was so nice meeting you this weekend. Now I can't stop. Oh, I can't stop now. Oh, how terrible. I guess I have to hang out with you a little bit more. I also think that this raid target is going to be on for a little while, so it's perfect. Perfect. So Shilly. Level 30 and she'll do a backflip for legal reasons. This is a joke. Oh my goodness. Well, I do think that there are treats in order. I will show a sneak peek. There are things in order uh that things that I should sneak peek for you, which is I don't think you're ready. This is a big project that has been in the works for a while, my song cover, and I don't think you're ready for it because it's going to be really wonderful. So Uh I'll show you a sneak peek of the I'll show you a sneak peek of the yeah. No, 50 subs for new and how much for a chancla? Oh my god. No, I'll show you this because you've been really sweet today. Yeah, I show a little sneak peek. Would you like to see a sneak peek of this animated music video that we are working on? Yeah? Yeah? Let me see if I can. Yeah? Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll make a trade with you. I'll make a trade. Wow, you have less than a minute. Uh if one person self subs at tier 3, I'll show you the preview. How about that? If one person so to help the PP go, and I think that'll bring us actually to 50 if one person does it, which is I feel that that's valid. I feel like that'd be perfect. Whoever does that, then I'll do it. I'll do it. If somebody does that, then I'll showcase. We always need more PP. We do. So that's the trade. I think that's a fair trade. Yeah. Oh. PP is pretty cool. And then you get to use the booby wipe emote, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the hype train. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And thank you. Thank you very much. That was very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, didn't have to be during the hype train, but uh we hit fit maybe that's what we do. We do a little thing. I'll reveal it when we hit 50. How about that? When we hit 50 PP points. So maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I show if people end up hitting that tomorrow, I can show the sneak peek of the music video. Sounds good? Great. So we're going to do that. And I am going to let's see. Let's see. We are going to raid the lovely, incredibly creatively talented genius for music. Starlight Daryl, what a queen. Besides being a cutie patoots, she is also just a powerhouse musician, fabulous composer, and we should totally hang out with her. She is reacting to chat song suggestions, which is really neat. If you don't know who Starlight Daryl is, they have made some of your favorite music for some of your favorite VTubers, like Iron Mouse and Zentreya and some other really cool people and Matara, all that good stuff. So we're gonna hang out with a star like Daryl. Oh, and Numi. Yep. And a lot of people, actually. I would love to work with Daryl one day. But I've known them since I was a baby little Lala G. They're wonderful. So we're going to raid Daryl. Let's go hang out with them. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. And thanks for hanging out and cheering me up. Thank you so much. We're going to raid Daryl. Here you go. All right. Hasta mañana. Buenas nachos. See you tomorrow. Big smoochies. Mwah. Bye bye. Arrivederci. See you mañana. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye bye.